All right, all right, all right. Testing, testing, testing. Can you all see me? Can you all hear me? Type down and below in the comment sections if y'all can. Let me know how the audio levels are. Is it a little too low? Do I need to put up the sensitivity? Let me know, you guys. Let me know. Oh man, this guy straight up came in here and said, "Papi, hey yo." It's all love over here. It's all love over here. It's all good. It's all good. All right, all right. What's going on, people? What's up? What's up? Caps lock everything. That's right. That's right. What's poppin'? Oh my God, you're black. Yeah, I just figured out today I was black. You know, Joe Biden, he became president, and he just said, "Hey, everyone is black now." So I'm like, okay, we're all black. We're all black because Biden's president. Oh, new angle. Yeah, I'm testing something out with the setup, Maddie. I'm gonna be going through a couple different angles, like trying to figure out what works best. Because the last angle that I had, I had it for, years, and I decided to try something different, because I wanted to get the lights in the background. I got the TV on, which I probably should turn off, because, that Con Edison bill is crazy. But, it's a nice little backdrop for now. Nice room. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying a lot of new things here. Trying a lot of new things in the setup. That's one thing I've noticed the older I've gotten, and I'm sure many of y'all have probably been going through this shit too. The older you get, the more fascinated you become with interior decorating. I don't know what it is, you guys. It's like I turned 25 and then all of a sudden I go into IKEA and I'm like, yo, some of this shit looks really dope. I think that would really blend well with all the other shit I got in my room. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So, over the past couple of months, I've been making subtle additions to the setup, buying new furniture. As you guys know, I got this whole TV setup in the background. And of course, I have the lights, the LED lights going around the room, which I'm actually going to be installing more because, what can I say? I'm addicted to it. I mean, I got some behind the TV. I got the ones up there. And yeah, it's just, it's not stopping. But yeah, just real quick, you guys, audio levels are good. Everything sound well. You guys don't have to put the volume all the way up max to hear me. Just let me know. Because the last thing I want is for you guys to, especially if you're watching this on the playback, you know what I'm saying? Like, put this at max volume and then your phone notifications go off and it's crazy. All right. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, AD2. Audio levels are all daijoubu. Daijoubu. Tekken Jin. Corey Gryffindor. What's going on, guys? Appreciate it, B. Reed. Okay. So let's see how many people we got watching the stream right now. Oh, we actually got 56 viewers, so that's a pretty good number to start with. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, races, and ethnicities alike, welcome back to the channel. If you're tuning in for the very first time, my name is Neo. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we've already got our first super chat of the day. Asbel coming in, blessing the feed. Oh, hold on one second. Let me just move that. I actually have to adjust the super chats. I have to move them to this side of the screen, considering we have a new angle. But Asbel frequent viewer and supporter of the channel, came through with a $5 super chat. Reggie really left GameStop already, huh? Also, Judgment 2... Wait, what? No, wait. What do you mean Judgment 2? What the fuck do you mean Judgment 2? Hold on. Hold the fuck up. I gotta look this shit up. No. You lying to me, Asbel. You fucking lying to me, Asbel. You lying to me, Asbel. What the fuck's he talking about Judgment 2? He ain't talking about... There ain't no Judgment 2. This nigga's just trolling me. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me just go to this Ryugaga Toku Studios Twitter, because I don't believe it unless it's on their Twitter. Let's see what he's talking about. I'm not even looking at the chat if you guys are saying, yeah, Judgment 2. Okay, so the pinned tweet is Judgment Remaster. Okay, I don't see anything. Alright. Okay. False alarm. Because I don't see it on this page. What the fuck's he talking about Judgment 2? I would have been all over that shit. Alright. I got so... guys, I would have ended the stream right now if there was a Judgment 2 announcement. I would have been like, what? Yo, don't you be doing that. What do you mean? I don't see this shit. Where is this? Where is this Judgment 2 announcement? I don't see this, you guys. Where the hell is this going on? Oh, we got a $2 super chat coming in from the amazing JD. Hey, Neo, pray for me to get a buy lift amiibo tomorrow. Oh, shit. They're still making amiibos? I mean, no shade whatsoever, because, hey, listen, people, y'all grown-ass adults, you can buy what you want, but I thought they slowed down with the amiibos, but, yeah, there we go. All right, good luck on that buy lift amiibo. That's all I can say, bro. You got to scroll up to see it. Some people are saying that shit. Hold on, let me go look this shit up one more time. I ain't seen no Judgment 2. You would think like Sega would post that shit. Oh damn, Watch Dogs is really $20 right now. Oh god, that game dropped down in price quick. Where is this Judgment 2? You niggas really lying to me. Y'all really woke up this morning on Thursday and said, I'm gonna ruin Neo's life. Say there's Judgment 2. And I'm really searching on stream for this Judgment 2 news. Where is this Judgment 2? I don't see no fucking Judgment 2. And nobody on my feed, you know, the usual suspects, they're not talking about that shit. What's going on here? Y'all really lied to me. Y'all really lied to me on stream just to get my reaction. Well, there you go, you guys. There you go. Okay, I thought it got announced at a stream and I just didn't know it. I was about to go insane. Damn, y'all coming through with the super chats already. Holy shit. Robert Slade coming through with a $10 super chat. Sup, Neo, SJR5991 here. Oh, God. Almost tongue twisted myself. Quick question. After 2 years since Avengers Endgame release, do you like/respect Captain America's ending and his whole arc? Remember you not being all about it at the time. Oh, okay. I hope you're I can't speak. Oh, I'm just Asvelant, you fucked me up, bro. I literally, in my mind, I was thinking Judgment 2, and now I can't focus. But anyway, shout out to Robert Slade for the $10 super chat, and his question has to do with Captain America's arc in Avengers Endgame. Oh, Gaming Addict coming through with a $2 super chat. You know why I'm here. Hit the like button. Oh, first things first, shout out to Gaming Addict. If you guys haven't been following him by now, y'all should be doing it. Him and the entire Iron Lord podcast crew, they are awesome. And yeah, he's telling y'all to hit that like button. You know, you got to show support to your fellow content creators on here. Thank you, Addict. But back to Robert Slade's question about Captain America's arc in Avengers Endgame. So here's the thing. Okay, spoilers for a 2-year-old movie. If you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, I'm about to spoil the ending of Avengers Endgame. But at the end of the movie, Captain America goes back in time to return all of the Infinity Stones to their respective places in time. And while he's doing that, he decides to kick it back in the 1940s with Peggy Carter, because, you know, that was his first true love, yada, yada, yada. And at the time, I was questioning the validity of that. You know what I'm saying? Because Captain America, you know, yeah, he's a man out of time, right? Like, that was the arc that they established for the character in the first Avengers movie, and then going into Winter Soldier, and that's the reason why he put everything on the line to protect Bucky. But the thing that you learned about Captain America over the course of those movies is that it didn't matter that he was in a new era with new people, right? It didn't matter that everybody who he knew in the past was dead. He had accepted that this was his life going forward. So for him to go back in time just to live with Peggy Carter, I don't know. It's just kind of strange. You know what I'm saying? And then it also introduces a couple of weird plot holes because Peggy Carter, in the first timeline, she had already settled down and married with somebody else. So the fact that he went back in time to be with her, so does that not ever happen? And do those people just not exist anymore? You see, it's a situation like, this is why I am always against time travel being used as a story mechanism. If they are going to go ahead and do like certain characters want to do something and they want to make that like be their life, right? Like shit like that just really bugs me. And like, I was on board with most of the time travel stuff in Endgame until they did that. And now it's just, so what happens? Like, is this Captain America, the Captain America he went back in time then and he's been living all throughout this time? And then you have to question the validity, like, okay, so he has a super soldier serum. So is that the reason why he doesn't pass away? And it just, all I'm saying is Falcon and Winter Soldier, that better explain what the hell Captain America is doing right now. I don't necessarily have a problem with him going back with Peggy Carter, even though I personally don't believe it. But yeah, you know, listen, human beings, we're creatures of habit. Sometimes our emotions get the better of us. I understand that. And Captain America, he did his duty for his for his countrymen, for the world, for the universe, for the galaxy. So yeah, if he wants to go back with Peggy Carter, that's cool. But now I'm just sitting here. My nerd brain is like, all these plot holes now. Oh, God. But yeah, other than that, I didn't have as big a deal. I didn't have that big a deal with it. Like, as time went on, it was just kind of one of those things that it was just there. And I'm like, okay, Cap's story is over. It is what it is. It'd be one thing if, like, we didn't get a great Captain America trilogy and then they did something like that. But we did. So it was all cool. But yes, before anything, you guys are blessing it with the, damn guys, I'm trying to keep up. Holy shit. Blessing with the super chats. Okay, hold on. Let me go back because Asbalon, he was our first super chat and he wanted to know about Reggie leaving GameStop. Yeah. So if you guys didn't know, last year during the pandemic, Reggie Fils-Aimé, as you guys know, he was the former president of Nintendo of America. He retired a few years ago. And since then, he's been pretty much enjoying that life, doing a couple of things here and there, until last year where he became a member of the board at GameStop, which was very interesting considering the situation GameStop has been in. I'm sure many of y'all know GameStop is living on borrowed time. So Reggie joining this board was kind of strange considering, like, why would you do that? Why would you jump on board to a company that's basically, you know, it's like the Titanic headed to the iceberg? But, you know, a lot of people are saying, hey, maybe because Reggie's been in the industry for so long, he can offer some type of expertise to GameStop to maybe steer the ship in a better direction. Because the one thing that happens with a lot of these companies, you guys, are a lot of the people who are running these big companies, these mega corporations, things like that, they're not gamers at all. They might say they play video games, but they're at first and foremost, they are businessmen or businesswomen. And their interests are towards, well, what do people do when they get into business? They want to make money. And that's why they can make a lot of tone-deaf decisions, you know, like Blockbuster, for example, selling back to school supplies when they were on their last legs instead of, you know, coming up with better ways to entice people to actually come in and rent video games and movies. But Reggie being on the board of directors and then leaving, honestly, it was just a matter of time. The fact that he didn't even make a year, I find very funny, but you know, it is what it is. GameStop, they just have a revolving door of people, whether it's like upper level management or just down to the employees. So, hey, it is what it is. Let's see. All right, we got $2 super chat coming in from Flame. I see Like a Dragon there playing Octopath right now. Yeah, that's right, you guys. So in the background right here, I'm sure you can't really tell because the chat is over there in the corner. But in the background, I've got my Xbox Series X because I shit you not, you guys, I was just playing it until I'm like, I gotta do a live stream. I haven't done a live stream in a while, and there's a good reason for that, which I'll touch on later. But that's my Xbox right there. A couple of games I'm playing right now. Yakuza Like a Dragon, Doom Eternal. I just started Prey. This is going to be my second time giving it a shot because I rented it a few years ago on PlayStation, and the game really did not hook me. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. So the fact that it's on Game Pass, I'm not saying that, oh my God, it's like this night and day difference. We'll see what happens. But I'm giving that a shot. 60 frames per second. It's awesome. Dishonored, I mean, I already played that before, but I do want to play Dishonored too. So I'm kind of refreshing myself. And then I just downloaded Octopath Traveler because, yo, Octopath Traveler's on fucking Xbox. Who the fuck? That shit is crazy. But anyways, okay, I'm gonna catch up. Damn, all these. Okay, all right, hold on. I'm gonna pause the super chats for 1 second, you guys. Y'all are blessing the feed. I really appreciate it, but we gotta do the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, races, and ethnicities alike, welcome back to the channel. My name is Neo. If you're tuning in for the very first time, welcome to Ask Neo. This is my somewhat regular, irregular Q&A series where you guys ask questions. I try my very best to answer them in a timely fashion. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it does not. That being said, I just sounded like an auction near, you know, like someone over like, I like 125 for the limited edition Trunks Funko Pop, 150, I got 155 going up, 150. Oh, Jesus Christ, I got too much fucking energy right now. You must think I'm like on cocaine or some shit. Okay, so, yeah, so in the comment, in the friggin' video description, there are a couple of links per interest, right? So we have links to my Patreon page, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you guys want to follow me on all social media, that stuff is there. In addition to our Discord server, which is run by the incredible Shut Up Gabe. That's basically a place you want to go if you want to hang out with people, talk about stuff from like anime, video game, manga. If you're looking for somebody to play some co-op games, you might find your new best friend there. And outside of that, you guys, this is Ask Neo. We chilling, we having fun. I'm stumbling all over myself because it's been a while since I've done one of these. And of course, I've got a protein shake because you got to stay well fed when you do these streams for like 3 hours a day. But speaking of why I've been kind of AFK, not AFK, wow, not the best terminology to use, Neo. Why I've kind of been away from things for like the past week or so. Over the past weekend, you guys, I've been sick, which I know is not something you guys want to hear given the situation in the world right now. But for whatever reason, all of last week, I was feeling really off, right? Like I remember uploading the videos and then the very next day I start to feel really just strange, like not on my A game for whatever reason. And I thought that, it's just a mood swing or something. And then I remember Friday, I was actually sitting down to watch the Snyder Cut, and I just felt so lethargic. I was thinking, like, is it my training? Do I need to pull back on the intensity? Am I not eating enough? I didn't know what it is. And then Friday night, I was going to bed, and I felt a little tickle in my throat, and I was like, uh-oh, I am getting sick. And that's not something you want to hear, especially in the situation right now. Thankfully, it was just a seasonal cold. For whatever reason, every single year, whenever the seasons change, I don't know why, but I get hit with a cold, right? Thankfully, this time, it wasn't as bad as previous years. Like, I remember last year I got hit with it in February, right before COVID started. And this year I got it now. But it was literally just a cold congestion, like a head congestion, which was thankfully the best possible scenario, because if I started feeling other things like muscle aches and sores and, my chest feeling really tight, that's when I started to get really nervous. But it was literally just my entire head being congested and then having sniffles for like 3 days straight. But thankfully today I woke up feeling great. I had a good workout at the gym. I feel really fucking energetic, which I haven't felt in the past week. So yeah, everything is good, you guys. Everything is great. But, in the process of me being sick, like when I'm sick, you guys, I only get sick once a year. But when I'm sick, I shut down. I shut down mentally. I shut down physically. But of course, my dumbass still went to the gym, which probably exacerbated things. I still hit PRs, so that's awesome. But when I am sick, I just mentally can't do anything. So I was thinking about making videos, talking, because Xbox has had a lot of news recently, a lot of Game Pass acquisitions, a lot of other things happening in the industry with PlayStation, but I didn't have like the mental fortitude to really just sit down, formulate my thoughts, hit record and edit. So that's why I really didn't do a video. But, today I'm feeling so much better, which is why I was like, okay, we got to do a stream, man. We got to do a stream, and that's what we're doing right now. So that's what I was going through over the past couple days. Like, I haven't even got a chance to test out the new Xbox headset. Xbox sent it to me, and I wanted to do a review like a week after using it, but I didn't even open it out of the box, you guys. I was like, I can't even, you're telling me I have to like test stuff? It was like, no, I can't do that right now. But starting tomorrow, since I'm off, I'm going to go ahead and test the headset, put it through a couple of experiments, see how it is, and then hopefully hit you guys with a review sometime next week. But yeah, let's get back to some of these super chats right quick. We have a $4.99 super chat coming in from John McKinney. Who would you rather have as president? Lex Luthor, Norman Osborn / Green Goblin, Judge Frollo. Oh my God. Emperor Palpatine. Choose wisely. Honestly, out of all those people, I'm going to go Lex Luthor. I'm going to go Lex Luthor because Norman Osborn, that motherfucker is just... Some of the stories involving Norman Osborn and Green Goblin, he's done more fucked up shit as Norman Osborn than he has the Goblin. Like, this guy, I don't want this dude near my dog. I swear to God. Judge Frollo, that nigga, he's the ultimate simp. So I wouldn't want him anywhere near a position of power. And then Palpatine, it just... No. No. But yeah, I would definitely go Lex Luthor because I feel like Lex Luthor, like, yeah, he's just as bad as everybody, but I feel like on some level, we if we can handle Trump, we can handle 4 years of Lex Luthor. All right, let's see. So we got a $2 super chat coming in from K Cube, my homie Quaku. What's going on, brother? Hashtag release the Uzumaki. It's like every stream. He just won't let me live. Hashtag release the Uzumaki Chronicles 2 Kumon cut. Nah. Release the Uzumaki Chronicles 1 Kumon cut. That's what we need, bro, because that game got butchered here in the States. And only the Naruto fans will understand what I'm talking about. Asbelon said, I posted the Judgment 2 link in the Discord. All right, I'm about to peep that shit right now, actually. I appreciate that, Asbel. Okay. And then we have a $10 super chat coming in from Robert Slade again. Appreciate it, brother. I respect that view. I liked it, but after watching full fat videos, essays about Cap, it made me appreciate and fully understand where they took his journey. Check it out if you have any interest. Oh, I definitely will, man. I always love watching video essays that provide different perspectives rather than, hey, let's just hate on this just because I'm not a fan of Marvel or DC or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I see a lot of those essays, like people who, you know, like film Twitter complaining about the MCU every day. It's like, come on, people, get a life. But if it's looking at it in a positive aspect, that'll be interesting. So I appreciate that, Robert. Thank you, bro. Okay, so now we are caught up on the super chats. Thank you guys so much. And now we're just going to do scroll and blast on some questions. Okay. Oh, thank you for all the well wishes, you guys. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, for me, when I'm sick, my go-tos are elderberry extract, organic bone broth, vitamin D3 in the form of like cod liver oil, lot of cruciferous vegetables, not too many carbs or sugar. I really limit it to like the low impact carbs, so nothing that will really like upset my stomach or cause any other issues. So I stayed away from a lot of grains when I was sick, and I just focused on, you know, like sweet potatoes because it has a lot of potassium. And if I wanted to add like volume to a meal, I'd have like jasmine rice or something. But yeah, it was like a good 3 or so days of me feeling kind of shitty, with the worst of it being like Sunday and Monday. But I'm feeling so much better now, which is awesome. Let's see. Excited for Godzilla vs. Kong? Yes, I actually am excited for it. I just bought my tickets for the movie. I'm actually going to be seeing it in New York City. So as you guys know, I live in New York State, but I do not live in the city. I live about 40 minutes out. And the cool thing about the city is that a few weeks ago, they actually just opened up movie theaters again, with AMC being one of the biggest ones. And the cool thing about this AMC theater I'm going to on 34th is that it has one of the biggest IMAX screens, not only in the entire state, but in the entire country. So that's going to be really awesome. Originally, I was going to see Godzilla vs. Kong in Dolby Cinema, but just I want to see it on the biggest screen possible. Yes, Dolby Cinema is the best picture quality, best sound quality, but just seeing it on a huge-ass IMAX screen, I need that in my life. So I'm actually going to be seeing Godzilla vs. Kong 3 times. So I'm seeing it on HBO Max when it premieres. I'm going to be seeing it in the city in that weekend with my boys. And I'm going to be seeing it at my local theater. Well, it's like 20 minutes north from me. I'm going to be seeing it in Dolby Cinema. So I'm very excited. Even if I don't necessarily like the movie, because I've got my reservations about it, I'm still, you know, I want to go back and see movies, you guys. Movie theaters, going to see them, like, just, it was my favorite pastime. You know, as weird as it sounds, I am getting to that age where I can say, oh, this is my favorite pastime, you guys. And there's just nothing that can replace a proper cinema experience. And I'm just, I can't wait. Can't wait. And you guys, as soon as I said we're caught up on super chats, you guys already blessing it again. Gustavo Bravo coming in with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. Bro, just stepped out of the shower feeling amazing. Yes, that is the best feeling. You know, when you come out of a nice shower and you feel just so good. Oh, so good. So fresh and so clean. And noticed you were live. How are you? Myself, I'm thinking about getting an iPhone this year. Well, I'm doing pretty good, Gustavo Bravo. I'm not sure if you just joined in, but I was sick for the past couple days with a really nasty seasonal cold. But I'm feeling so much better now, which is awesome. Thank you for asking. And you getting an iPhone, that's interesting, bro. I mean, I told you guys this, but I just switched over to iPhone for the first time in almost 6 years. I've been gone from iOS, and I got the 12 Pro Max, and I absolutely love this phone. This phone is amazing. Battery life is great. Camera is fantastic, and it just works, which is something I can't really say about a lot of the Android phones I've used. Like, I've been around them all, you guys. I've had almost every single Samsung phone, from the high end to the mid range. You know, I was on OnePlus for 2 years straight, and I really enjoy the Android ecosystem. I love it. I still use it to this day. You guys know I have my OnePlus 7 Pro because I'm a weirdo and I rock 2 phones. But just there's something that's so simple. Like, yes, iOS is very closed off. Yes, it's not as intuitive in some respects as Android. But what you're getting out of iOS, it just working and not having to worry about, oh, is this feature going to come to this version of that phone or what have you. I like that. And the older I get, I just appreciate those things. You know what I'm saying? And iMessage is dope. Being able to FaceTime everybody in your family and not have to ask them to download like a Google Duo or WhatsApp or something like that. That stuff is really cool. So we'll see how long I use iOS as like my primary platform. I'll probably go at least 2 years. Colin, my boy, what's going on, bro? I'll probably go at least like 2 years before I switch back. Unless Apple does something really crazy. Like there were some rumors about them getting rid of the charging port, which I wouldn't be too surprised because they got rid of the headphone jack and then everybody clowned them for getting rid of the headphone jack. And then look what happened. Everybody got rid of the headphone jack. So we'll see if people will be able to stomach no charging, not having a charging port. You know what I'm saying? Because while wireless charging is great, like OnePlus is like the king of when it comes to fast charging, not everybody is up to that same speed, especially Apple when it comes to their like MagSafe stuff and everything. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. Randy says, only 50 likes. We can do better than that. Appreciate that, Randy. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure y'all hit that like button. It helps out the channel tremendously. Sends this video out into the ether so we can get a lot more people into this little family of ours. Oh, we have a $5 super chat coming in from Chopper Man. What do you think about Discord potentially being bought by Microsoft and potentially being implemented with Xbox? So I was actually going to make a video on this, but you know, I was feeling like crap for the past couple days, so I never did. But there are rumors and rumblings floating around that Discord is going to be offering themselves up for sale. I believe they're valued at around 10 billion, which is absolutely insane. But you never realize like how big Discord has become in just a short amount of time. It's insane. It's like the primary way people use to talk to each other. And one of the potential buyers apparently is Microsoft. Now, this does not confirm that they've gone ahead and purchased or they've even expressed their interest. But knowing Microsoft and how Microsoft, the thing about Microsoft I've noticed is that they get really buddy-buddy with companies before they acquire them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were extremely buddy-buddy with Bethesda, and then they bought Bethesda. They're extremely buddy-buddy with Sega, and that's like one of the biggest rumors happening right now, which I don't think it'll happen, but we'll see. And Discord, you know, if you're a member of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, I believe one of the perks you get is like Discord Nitro for a few months. So maybe that would happen. I do have my reservations, though, considering Microsoft's track record of acquiring companies. I mean, let's just be honest. Let's look at Skype and what they did to Skype or what they didn't do for Skype. You know, Skype is basically dead. No one really uses it anymore, which is a shame because Skype used to be the wave like 10 years ago. Y'all remember those 8-hour Skype calls we used to have. But I do have a little bit of hope because I feel like this is a different Microsoft. So if they were to buy Discord, I feel like they should let them run by themselves, business as usual, similar to Bethesda. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Discord, whereas Bethesda doesn't have to worry, they don't have to worry about, let's say, for example, needing funding for something because they have the backing of Microsoft. So I think if anything, for it to work, they would just let Discord run as normal and then try to integrate them into a lot of Microsoft's products. Like, for example, let's say they do go ahead and integrate Discord into Xbox. I think that would be phenomenal. That is such a better alternative to PlayStation Party Chat, Xbox Party Chat, Nintendo, whatever they call that party chat where you got to use your phone. Discord is just the wave. So if they were to integrate it into the Xbox ecosystem, that would be friggin' fantastic, you guys. Like, no longer having to say, yo, let's all get on Discord, but turn on your Xbox. And you don't have to worry about like audio levels coming in from like the TV and then hearing it through your microphone. You don't have to worry about that shit. That would be great. So if they were to do that and they let Discord run as usual and they integrate it into Xbox and they just revamp the entire interface, dude, that would be friggin' sick. And I can't wait to see it. But nothing is confirmed right now, so we'll just have to see. All right, we got a $5 super chat coming in from Valkian24, a.k.a. my homie Maddie. $5 Australian. You might be lucky to play Fantasian via Apple Arcade then. It's Miss Walker's new game and maybe the final one that Sakaguchi and Uematsu are doing. Yeah, I did hear about that. Hironobu Sakaguchi, which you guys, you know, he's the father of Final Fantasy. And he hasn't really been working on too many AAA games in recent memory. But he's working on this mobile game, and apparently it's probably going to be his last, which kind of sucks. I mean, I'd rather him go out with a bang, like come back for one banger on a console rather than a mobile game. But if it has the same love and attention as his older titles, I think it'll be cool. But to tell you the truth, I'm not going to be like one of those people saying, yes, Fantasian or whatever, because I haven't been checking for it at all, because mobile games, I know people like them. I know they love playing them. I can't, you guys. Like, I've tried hooking my controller up to the phones, and it's just, I'd rather just play on my TV or on my computer or on my Switch. You know, I don't want to play on my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, even xCloud, even fucking xCloud, you guys. Like, I have xCloud. I've maybe put 3 hours. That's because right now in my life, I don't really need to stream my games. Now, if I was living a more on-the-go lifestyle like I used to, oh yeah, I would definitely benefit from something like xCloud. But right now, it's just, why would I play xCloud in my... That's what... This is what I find so dumb. When you see all these, like... Okay, I am throwing shade. What am I talking about? When you see all these influencers out there, like, hyping up xCloud, right? And you know that these people don't be going places. You know they stay at home. Like, why are you hyping up xCloud? Like, yeah, I'm gonna play this game on xCloud. Bro, you don't go places. You stay at home. You work from home. Like, I hate when people do that shit. It's so fucking lame, bro. Like, come on, stop the cap. If you are playing xCloud, I want to see you out in a park. I want to see you in an airport. I want to see you anywhere that's not home. But when I see people playing xCloud from their freaking kitchen, bro, like, come on now. Listen, I'm not saying you can't play streaming games at home. I'm not saying that at all. But when I see the capping from some of these people, man, especially these yellow chair activists, my God. But yeah, I appreciate the super chat, Maddie. And then we have a $6.99 Canadian super chat coming in from Colin, my boy. Do you think that Sony or Warner Brothers is worse when it comes to studio interference in their superhero films? Oh God, Colin. Whoo! Honestly, it's just pick your poison at this rate, because you look at Sony, right? They interfered with Spider-Man 3. They interfered with The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So that's 2 L's on their part. Then you look at Warner Brothers and what they did to all the DC movies. And I would have to say it's definitely Warner Brothers, because, I mean, I'm surprised you didn't throw Fox into the mix, Colin, because Fox has done some fucked up shit too. But if we're talking about companies really ruining stuff, it's definitely WB, which is so funny because WB, they used to pride themselves on being the studio for the creative, you know, like director freedom and things like that. And you saw what they did to Zack Snyder's Justice League. You saw what they did to David Ayer's Suicide Squad. You saw what they did to Wonder Woman. So I would definitely say WB. Like, the fact that the Snyder Cut came out, and yes, it's still the same story, obviously, but it's just such a different movie, such a different experience. That just goes to show you that WB, they don't give a fuck about director, artistic creativity, artistic freedom, which, here's the thing a lot of people don't like when I say this. When you are a director working for a company and you're using their money to make a movie, there are going to be some compromises. Compromises exist everywhere. James Gunn has talked about this, right? But what happens is you come to some type of an understanding for things, and you have to be on the same wavelength, right? With WB, it's like they never vetted their directors, which is so strange. Like, yeah, you're hiring these directors to work on these $200 million+ blockbusters, and then you get surprised when you look at their directing style. It just doesn't add up. But yeah, instead of just not going ahead and, you know, instead of like delaying the movies, instead of just waiting to just see exactly where they want to take this universe, they just go ahead and bastardize the films to hell and back. And it's depressing. So I would definitely say Warner Brothers is, they're definitely the worst in that situation, which is why I really... Like, even though I'm excited for some of the movies they got coming out, I'm just keeping them at a distance, because you never know what could happen next, right? Because then sometimes Warner Brothers doesn't interfere at all, and then we get fucking Wonder Woman 1984, and Patty Jenkins is coming back for part 3. Good God. Okay. All right. Neo, do you spark up them muscles to buffer your game for the ladies? Yeah, yo. God, you guys are killing me with these comments. Let's see. Yeah, of course we have to do a mega shout out to Colin. That's how we started this shit in the first place. Let's see. Neo, what's up, bro? I'm down bad for some girl I met volunteering at a school play. Glad I could join the vibe early tonight. Oh no, Daniel Aguilar. Do not be down bad for any girl, bro. Don't be down bad, period, man. Don't do it. Don't do it, bro. Do not be down bad. We can't be catching you down bad in 8K, bro. No. We have a lot of good topics I want to tackle tonight. John Diaz just brought up the Derek Jackson thing. We're going to talk about that. Let's see. There was something else okay. I have one question for you. Do you ever spark up? Oh my God. Why do you guys have all these NeoGameSpark questions? NeoGameSpark, do you ever spark up that sweet Mary Jane when you play video games? To answer that question, I mean, yeah, everybody knows that. I do partake in the marijuana from time to time. Not right now, though. I'm actually doing like a little 2-week cleanse. Just because like every couple of months, I like to just give myself a break for like a few weeks and just see how my body reacts without it. And I've been fine for the past couple of weeks, which is good because a lot of people I know, they can't go more than one day without lighting up, which I'm like, hey, I understand that. But if you can't go more than one day, I think there's a problem. I don't think it's the substance. I think it's something deeper. Let's see. Thoughts on Microsoft making Xbox Party Chat free for Xbox owners and the removal of the paywalls for the free-to-play multiplayer games. Yeah, so if you guys didn't hear, a few days ago, Xbox insiders were actually testing out free-to-play multiplayer games on Xbox in addition to Party Chat going free. So there's no Xbox Live Gold paywall anymore. Which the free-to-play stuff is great. I mean, honestly, it should have been like that since last generation. I don't know why it took them another generation to bring it down, but hey, it's gone. But the Party Chat, I to this day didn't know that Xbox Live Gold Party Chat was still locked behind a paywall. I thought that shit was free because on PlayStation, Party Chat, I believe, is just free in general. So the fact that you had to be subscribed to Gold to talk to your friends, that's just asinine, bro. Especially with Discord right there, you know? But hey, the fact that it's gone is good, and it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, we can roast Microsoft for doing that, but is that really going to do anything in the long run? It's like, it's gone. We finally got it. Let's see. D-Rob coming in with the $5 super chat. xCloud works when working 24 hours at the firehouse. Oh, no doubt about that, Rob. No doubt about that. Like I said, if you're a person who lives out of the house and you are not at home to play your consoles, xCloud, Stadia, things like that, perfect alternative. My whole thing is when I see a lot of these influencers coming on here and just straight capping saying, yeah, man, I'm playing this game at xCloud. I'm like, bro, you live at home. Why are you... It's like, just say we're cut a check. That's it, bro. That's it. Like, every single person I know who fucks with xCloud, they talk about xCloud because they actually use it. But when I see these influencers coming in here, man, like I've only put up one xCloud post, and that's because I went on a little mini vacation, and I was like, yo, I'm testing out xCloud, and that's basically it. But I'm still seeing, man, listen. Let me not, you guys. Let me not. Okay, so we got Chopper Man coming in with the $2 super chat. Did you see that Sony bought EVO? Yes, you guys. PlayStation has acquired a 50% stake in EVO, which if you guys don't know, EVO is the biggest fighting game event every single year. And now PlayStation is not just a partner, but they fucking own half of it, which is insane. I don't think anybody saw that coming in the great 2021 video game acquisition bingo list. But yeah, they have EVO, and apparently they're going to remain like business as usual. But the only difference is they now don't have to worry about funding since they're bought by a mega corporation. I guess, which is good for EVO. But at the same time, I don't really care too much. I know fanboys like to say, haha, you see what this means? Now, you know, the fanboy stuff as usual. I'm not a big fighting gamer, so I'm not going to sit here and like hype this up like, oh, this is a win for PlayStation. Because me, myself, and I, looking at EVO from the outside perspective, EVO just needs to clean house. Like, there's way too many weirdos in that organization, way too many pedophiles, way too many creeps. the entire management needs to be like systemically vetted and cleaned top to bottom. And that's one thing I'm glad about PlayStation buying them, because with EVO, they were just like, we run this shit ourselves. Grassroots, and we're now big. And at the same time, they were shielding and protecting legit sexual offenders and abusers. Like, I don't know. I'm just, it's just one of those things where, yeah, it's not everybody involved at EVO, but a lot of the people at EVO covered shit up, especially with a lot of the players out there who thought they were untouchable. Yeah. It's crazy. $5 super chat. Yeah, this one's from Penny. Yeah, Neo, do you spark up the muscles to buffer your game to the ladies? No, I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't really, like, I work out. I go to the gym. I lift weights, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't, like, because there's a lot of dudes out there who just they wear clothes to show that they work out. If you guys get what I'm saying, like they wear the clothes, I call them the schmedium shirts, where it's literally just to show off all of their muscles, and it just looks so fucking ridiculous. Like, to me, it's like, if you work out, you can wear any type of clothes, and if you actually have muscles, it will show that shit off. Like, so I don't need to go out there and buy like muscle fit clothings and muscle this and muscle that. Like, it just doesn't work. Like, I put on a shirt, I put on an XL shirt, and you can tell I work out. Whereas all the other dudes wear like the really like skin tight shit. I'm like, bro, that looks fucking ridiculous, man. Like, this is just a regular tank top I bought years ago, you know? Okay. And last super chat, and then we're all caught up. 279 coming in from Colin, my boy. What do you consider your most embarrassing video? You see, that's the thing, being a content creator, bro. I don't really have any embarrassing videos. Like, there are videos I look back on and I cringe because, wow, I really used to talk like that, or oh my god, did I really say that? But I guess that's just life in general, you know? Like, you're always gonna look back on certain things and you're gonna feel like the Hulk in Avengers Endgame, where he's like, ugh. So I don't really have any embarrassing videos. I have funny videos I love to go back, like when I said Kingdom Hearts 3 might come out in 2011 or 12. I thought that was just so funny to look back on. But nothing really embarrassing. Like, I'm sure people can like point to certain things like, oh my god, and I'm like, all right, okay, I can point to certain things you said in your life too, and I'm sure that would be cringe. So it's just all a part of the process, you know? And I think the fact that I've always had, how do I say this? I've always had one foot in the water with YouTube, and then I've had one foot on the ground, because I've noticed a lot of people, not because they dive full force into YouTube, but they're not looking at the bigger picture when they say certain things. And that's how they get wrapped up in controversy. So I'm sure you guys have seen it with all these crazy YouTubers out there and what they've said. Me, myself, and I, that's my catchphrase, I guess. I've always just been like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So yeah, I don't really have an answer to this question though, Colin. I don't have any embarrassing videos. I have videos when I was like 15 years old where I just said, you know, for like a minute straight, but hey, I was 15 years old just getting into doing YouTube videos. Hey, what's going on, Terrence? How you doing, brother? All right. Oh boy, here we go. Woke Neo again. Oh, woke Neo. Oh yeah, totally. See, this is the funniest thing I always see. Whenever you say something, like somebody could be agreeing with you on 99% of everything, and then you say one thing they don't like, and they're like, I hate you. It's crazy, man. Like when I said this is, so as you guys know, I got a lot of followers because of Xbox, and you know, I love my Xbox followers. You guys are amazing. But whenever I said something that was, it's not even that it was negative towards Xbox, it was just common sense. Like, Xbox really fumbled the bag when it came to games last generation. That's a common fact. Like, none of the Xbox games that came out were really ever in the public conscious of, yo, you know what I'm saying? They were never on the level of Breath of the Wild or Horizon or Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us or God of War. They just weren't, you know what I'm saying? And that's not a bad thing. It's just Xbox put out more of the same and a couple of indie games that were cool. But when you say that, people are like, oh, look at this hater. Are you saying you've never played Sea of Thieves or State of Decay? And I'm like, bro, let's not talk about Sea of Thieves. It's great now, but it took how many years for it to get great? Like, people just, they want you to either be 100% positive about something or 100% negative about something. You can't, like, the fact that I'm an Xbox gamer and a PlayStation gamer and a Nintendo gamer and a PC gamer, people don't like that, apparently. You have to only be one. You have to love PlayStation, hate Xbox. You have to love Xbox, hate PlayStation. You have to be a Nintendo gamer and just love everything that they do. And I'm just like, why? Like, guys, we're consumers. We are not on the payroll of these companies. I'm going to go where the games are, and I'm going to go where the experiences I want are. And right now, a lot of those experiences have been on PlayStation and on Nintendo. You know, Xbox is going to get those experiences in time, but I don't think it's fair to say that you can't criticize Xbox, because if we never criticize Xbox, the Series X would have never ended up being as good of a console as it is. Like, the Series X is my primary console, you guys. I only turn my PlayStation on once a week. I play my Series X because right now, since all we have are multi-plat games and Game Pass is a thing, I'm going to play on Game Pass, and that's just how I am. And at the same time, I can also say, damn, it would have been awesome to play Halo Infinite right now. Why did they fumble the bag? You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's delayed and it's gonna get better. But you can't say those things. You gotta be just, you guys know the whole fanboy shit. You know how people are. Okay. Oh, damn, you guys are blessing it tonight with the super chats. Whoa, calm down. Huh? Blessing. Hey, it's Mr. Platnik. Oh my gosh, Mr. Platnik. We gotta read out his comment, you guys. Glad to hear our resistible hunk host is feeling better. Hello, handsome. Wish I could have been there to help you get your strength back. Your guns, however, are sick for another reason. Oh, Mr. Platnik. Yo, Mr. Platnik. Shout out to Mr. Platnik. I'm probably still mispronouncing your name, bro. But shout out to you, man. Hope you're doing well. It is never a dull moment when you come to the stream. Hey, Neo, will you be making a live streaming channel like you playing games? NeoGameSpark plays. I'd like that. Also, everyone, please like the stream and subscribe to this man. He's a wonderful person. I appreciate that, Dark Walker. Thank you. And yeah, you know, I do have a second channel, NeoGameSpark 2, where I just upload a lot of my Twitch gameplays. But I haven't been streaming a lot on Twitch recently, so that channel's been kind of, it's kind of been inactive. But I do want to get back to streaming games on a more consistent basis. It's just, every time I try to stream games, something happens. Like a few weeks ago, I tried to stream Neo 2, because it came out on PC and everything. And for whatever reason, Neo 2 was like bugged to hell and back at launch, and I had to download a 9GB update after I started streaming, and I was like, bro, what? So I'm gonna try again, hopefully this weekend, and we'll be able to stream some Neo 2, because that just it killed my vibe, man. If it wasn't Neo 2, it was something else fucking up. Oh god. Okay, $5 super chat coming in from Cloud Dragon 7. Do you think Warner should have focused on solo films before Batman vs. Superman or Justice League like Marvel did with the phases? Yeah, the general consensus is that, yes, Warner Brothers should have focused on solo films before they dived into this universe. Like, here's the thing. I know people want shit to be different, but you're not being different by rushing the death of Superman, rushing a Batman vs. Superman storyline, rushing Darkseid, rushing Doomsday, rushing all of these things. You're not, like, I'm sorry, it just, no, it doesn't work like that. The general audience, the reason why a lot of them did not show up for Batman vs. Superman like Warner expected was because Man of Steel wasn't that great of a movie. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I'm one of the few that did. But instead of, pumping the brakes and doing a less divisive Man of Steel 2, they said, no, let's just do Batman versus Superman, and let's throw Wonder Woman in it. And we'll have this weird-ass portrayal of Lex Luthor Jr. Like, let's just do all these things. And then we'll have the random members of the Justice League show up. But don't explain why they didn't come and help Superman at the end of Man of Steel. Don't explain that. It's so disjointed. So while I was a fan of the Snyder Cut, as you guys know, I actually enjoyed it, I just can't shake the feeling that this storyline would have been like a million times better if we actually had attachment to this Batman. Like, how much of a better story this would have been if we actually saw a seasoned Batman, right? A Batman lose a Robin and see what that does to him mentally, and then leading him down this path where he wants to fight Superman. Could you imagine, like, the emotional, the conflict that would exist between Superman and Batman, who are brothers in the comics, you guys? Like, if you look at how close these two are, it's not just like Batman and Superman. It's literally Clark and Bruce. They're brothers. And yet we're supposed to buy that, oh, Batman and Superman, they have to fight each other now. Like, no. You could have given us that story of them fighting and made that shit work. You want to know how and why this shit would have worked? Because Marvel did it with Captain America Civil War. They built up Iron Man for what, at that point, 8 years. They built up Captain America for 5 years. And when they fought, you're like, fuck, bro. They both make sense. But yeah, it's just, as it stands, like, I want them to do more Snyder movies just so we can see exactly his entire vision, and people will stop saying, oh, you guys, you just need to wait till Justice League Snyder Cut or Justice League Part 2 or Part 3. You get what I'm saying? Like, this isn't them copying Marvel. This is literally world building 101, basic storytelling. That'd be like if Marvel did Iron Man 1 and then the next movie it's Civil War. What? Like, what the fuck? You know? So, yeah, I would have loved for them to do that. Right now, it's just throwing everything but the kitchen sink, hoping something sticks. And all I got to say is more power to them. We'll see what happens. Okay. $2 super chat from Pierre, the homie Pierre. Are you getting Kingdom Hearts on PC? Yes, I actually am going to be streaming Kingdom Hearts on PC. Because Corey Gryffindor, one of the homies, longtime supporters of the channel, he donated last year for us to stream Remind and then also play the boss fights. Now, unfortunately, I'm not able to stream from my consoles right now because the capture card that I have has like input latency, and it's really noticeable. When you play an action game like Kingdom Hearts, every second counts. So I was thinking, might as well just buy the games on PC, stream Kingdom Hearts 3, and also get a chance to test out the Japanese voices, and then go through and do the data battles. So yeah, I'm going to buy Kingdom Hearts on PC, probably just Kingdom Hearts 3 and Remind, because of Corey Gryffindor. All right. Let's see. $5 Canadian Super Chat coming in from Tunde Abimbola. I'm sorry, brother, if I mispronounced it. My bad. Neo for the Jiggy Rap battles. Oh, no, man. I can't write a verse to save my life, man. I would get washed in 5 seconds flat, man. But I appreciate the consideration, though. Those Jiggy Rap battles have been fun. All right. $5 super chat from Choppa Man. Shout out to Spider-Man being delayed on Marvel's Avengers again. And to think that the Black Panther DLC will come out before Spider-Man. That's sad. Yeah, listen. All right. Is there anybody here who's a fan of the Avengers game? I'm not trying to throw shade. I am not, you guys. But is there anyone who's a fan of the game? I just want an honest head count. Go ahead. I want to see. I'm trying to see something. Oh, damn. Ain't getting no love in this chat tonight. Oh, man. Was a fan. Okay. I've heard that a lot, Kenneth. A lot of people I know were a fan in the beginning because they're thinking, the potential is going to be hot. He said, oh, Jason's funny. He said, I was a fan for like a day. Damn, so you bought it? I hope you returned that shit. Anyway, okay. So back to what I was saying about the Avengers game. Yeah, honestly, this just confirms my suspicions from last year, back in 2019 too, that this Avengers game, it was spooky, man. Like when they first revealed it, the character models looked off. The gameplay didn't look too appetizing. And then they were talking more about like the games as a service portion rather than the campaign. Something was off about the game. It really was. Like how they went almost 3 years radio silent, and then we finally got the game after it was delayed a few times, and it should have been delayed a couple more times because that game launched the campaign, and then that was basically it, man. They had barely anything to do. The player base dropped like a freaking rock to the point where there was only like what? A couple hundred people playing it on Steam a day, and this game came out in September, you guys. That's very bad. But they just announced their new roadmap for like the next year. You know, they dropped Hawkeye. They have Black Panther coming out, I believe, what they say, the summer. But Spider-Man, you know, the reason why a lot of people pre-ordered the game in the first place, a lot of PlayStation people were like, yeah, I'm getting this game. I want to play Spider-Man. That thing ain't even coming out till what, the end of the year? So almost a full year, if not more than a year, since the game came out and you guys can finally play as Spider-Man. This game was rushed. It was not ready for prime time. And it's going to go down as the worst example, one of the worst examples of a games as a service. And why this shit, listen, some people are not cut out from it. Like, how do you look at what Bungie went through with Destiny and how they fucked it up twice? How do you look at that and instead of being like, okay, let's not do what they did. Let's not take like 2-3 years to make the game great. Let's make sure it's good from the get-go. How do you say, well, let's do the exact same thing? We'll launch a game that's bare bones. People aren't really going to play it. Yeah. What the fuck? Like, oh my God, bro. It's like, listen, I know people have fun with it because of the superhero aesthetic and stuff like that. That's cool. That's great. I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but what this game could have been, what this game should have been, Jesus, man. It's like, honestly, it's not that much better than Anthem. It really isn't like, yeah, they're going to fix this game versus Anthem. They just said, fuck it, it's done. But what is it with people buying games and waiting a full year for them to get content? Like, what? Why aren't those games free to play? Like, this Avengers game should have been free to play. It should not have come out at, first off, a paid price, let alone $60. Like, I don't, this whole goodwill we're giving companies like, oh my God, free next gen upgrade. Oh my God, all the post-release content's free. Like, yeah, it should be free. It should be free. There's been nothing to do for 6 months. I don't know, man. If you strip away the Marvel aesthetic and you try to tell those same people to play that game, they're not going to do it. This Avengers game should have been held off for the PS5. Yeah, it should have been, bro. It should have been. Hey, NeoGameSpark, I've been a fan of you for like 12 years now. Appreciate the support, Waited On. I've always wondered, who's your favorite Kingdom Hearts character? Ooh, that's tough. Honestly, it's a tie between Riku and Roxas because I actually really do love both of their stories and what they go through. I always look at Riku like a better done Sasuke. That's basically the best comparison. Because if you look at his relationship with Naruto and you look at Riku's relationship with Sora, it is kind of similar. You know, Riku was very jealous of Sora because Sora was the Keyblade wielder, and just a whole bunch of other stuff happening in Riku's life contributed to him going deeper into the darkness. And you look at Riku's journey into darkness and not only finding the light, but also learning to live with the darkness. Like, I think that was just so friggin' dope, you know? And then to the opposite end, Roxas' story is just so tragic. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, he finds out the whole reason he exists is because he's a part of somebody else. And the friends that he has might not even really be real. And then the whole situation when we first meet him in Kingdom Hearts 2, it's just like, what? And then Shion, it's like, what? So yeah, it would definitely be either Roxas or Riku. I really cannot decide between the two. Do you think the Avengers game could be better if it got a Final Fantasy 14 revamp? I mean, maybe, but how long are we going to be waiting for that shit? Like, why do we have to do that? Why does it need a revamp? Like, I remember a time when if a game came out and it was bad, it just never recovered, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, something about this shit it doesn't fit. It doesn't feel right. Like, yeah, like, we're going to be writing articles 2 years from now saying, yeah, the Avengers game launched really bad, but you know what? After 2 years of content, it's finally the game it should have been. 2 years? Do you know what I was doing 2 years ago? I was doing literally anything else. Anything else, and now people are saying, yeah, 2 years. 2 years for this Avengers game. I don't know, man. It's just maybe the older I get, the more cynical I'm becoming. But I don't have the time to wait 2 years, a year for a game to get good that is already available for sale, for purchase. Like, what? I don't know. I don't know, man. It's like, at least with Final Fantasy 14, Square was like, all right, we fucked up. We're going to fix this. And they fixed it, right? But the thing about Final Fantasy 14 is that should be an isolated incident. It should not be the norm, like Destiny 1, Destiny 2, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, No Man's Sky, Avengers, Anthem. Like, how many times are we going to keep going through this shit, you guys? Yeah, time flies, waited on. It seriously does. I remember, like, what, 12 years ago, we were talking about, what, like, not Dream Drive Distance. 358 by 2 days had come out, and we were hyping up Birth by Sleep. I remember that shit. Oh, the theory videos and stuff. Oh, that brings me back, you guys. I'm telling you, YouTube was different back then. Oh, yeah, Fallout 76, same thing. $5 super chat coming in from New Alpha. Appreciate it, my friend. When people stop being stupid and waste their money on a broken game, that's when we're going to get good games. It's the game community's fault. Shaking my head. And yeah, you're absolutely right. It's true. And I know the answer deep down. I just like saying, why do we keep putting ourselves in these situations? Because I feel like that should be a wake-up call to some folks, you know? But some people, they're gonna, you know, they're just gonna do what they do. And that's fine if they like that stuff. I just don't like the capping. I don't like the capping of people who are like over here criticizing other games, yet they play live service games. I'm sorry, like if you waited years for Destiny to be fixed, you can't really shit on any game. I'm sorry. Yeah, Destiny's a great game now. I'm playing it. It's fantastic. But you waited years for that shit to be good. You can't say like, oh, this game is bad. Like, no. I don't know, man. People got to keep that same energy in this community. People got to keep that same energy. How is Nugget doing? Nugget's doing okay. He's doing okay. He's chilling with my sister right now. Imagine if LeBron was a bad player from the get-go and his response was, see me in 2 years. Yeah, he ain't even going to be in the league at that rate. And that's the thing. You at least have to have something good. But a lot of these service games don't have anything good from the beginning. Yo, Neo, since you love Yakuza, how would you get someone to get into the games? I would tell them to play Yakuza. Any of them. Specifically, I would say play Yakuza 0 because that's one of the strongest entries in the series. But being the Yakuza fan that I am, because it's one of the best in the series, if you go to some of the other ones, like one is cool. But Kiwami 2, the combat in that is not great, even though the story is amazing. So I would just say play Yakuza, man. Play Yakuza Like a Dragon if you love JRPGs. Like, that's actually a really solid JRPG, you guys. I love it. Oh, and the cast in that game is so fucking good, you guys. Very emotional story. I mean, all the Yakuza games are, but this one in particular tackles a lot of stuff, like people in adulthood, you know? Not saying the other games didn't, but you understand. It's a different vibe. And if you guys are interested, all the Yakuza games available on Xbox. Yakuza 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All of them are on Game Pass. Just subscribe to Game Pass. Binge all the games in a month or two. You are not going to regret it. This series is awesome. Not every game is meant to be games as a service. And that's the problem. They keep trying to make games as a service that aren't games as a service worthy. $4.99 super chat coming in from the homie Daniel Pack. Make sure y'all like the stream. Uh-oh. Daniel Pack is saying that we got 120 people watching and there's only 94 likes, you guys. Got to get them likes up because the last thing you want is Daniel Pack or Mexican Zoidberg to come through because those people, listen, I'm just the messenger. They are the muscle. Like you guys, listen. There's some people who aren't in these streams anymore because of what Daniel Pack has done to them. Oh God, Versus 13. Can we get the Snyder cut for Final Fantasy Versus 13? Release the Nomura cut. Release the fucking Nomura cut, you guys. We need that for Versus 13. Oh my God. I would definitely buy that game. Neo, what are your thoughts on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge? You know, the thing is, I don't know. Like, I saw it. I liked it. It seems cool. But when it comes to these sort of games, I kind of have to just get my hands on them before I get super excited about it. And just to be honest, I got burned by the last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games. That one was from Platinum. And I was so hyped because, you know, Platinum Games, oh my God, they're going to make a great Turtles game. And that was a piece of shit. And it kills me on the inside. And I know it's because it was Activision, but it was also because Platinum was working on 40 games at the time. They should not have picked up that project. They shouldn't have. Because now there's just a little place in my heart where I'm like, dang it, Platinum. You did so good on the Transformers game. How did you fuck up this one? Alrighty. New Alpha coming in with the $5 super chat. It's like saying I'm homeless right now, but I'll pay you in 2 years. Yo, that is what these games as a service are. It's basically you're running on like goodwill that eventually this game will be good. But if you look at the gaming industry, a lot of the shit that happens is not good. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird to me. Like, yeah, eventually this game will be good. Eventually. What? $2 super chat coming in from Nafis Cameron. Love your content. Oh, appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much for the support. And I'm glad you're enjoying the stuff. Thank you. Oh yeah, so there's it hasn't been confirmed yet, you guys, but it's leaning towards that in the next couple of weeks or months we're going to be getting new Square Enix games added to Xbox Game Pass. And a lot of people have been speculating what they could be, because we just had Octopath Traveler hit. We have Outriders coming next week. And then everyone's wondering, all right, what else is next? There's a possibility it might be the Life is Strange games. Could be the Tomb Raider games coming. I think some are coming back to Xbox Game Pass. The Final Fantasy 13 trilogy, maybe 10 and 10-2 HD. What else, man? I'm trying to think what other games they could put out there, unless they start doing unannounced titles. Like maybe they'll announce, I don't know, like what other Square Enix game they'd bring over, It could be something new. Who knows? Imagine they're like, hey, we're bringing Chrono Trigger to Xbox Game Pass. I'd be like, nigga, what? I'd love that. What's the trashiest game ever? We need to know the worst to appreciate the best. So here's the thing. I haven't really been playing a lot of trashy games. Well, just in general in life, the only time I ever bought a game that was trash was when I was a kid. So a lot of like the licensed titles from way back when, a lot of them aren't great at all. A lot of the anime games are not that great. Some of them are bangers, But if you look at it for the most part, they're not that great at all. Like in recent memory, some of the worst games, what was that thing called? Ride to Hell Retribution. Like the thing about these terrible trashy games, you guys, is if I know a game is going to be trash, because we have reviews and we have gameplay out there, I'm not going to buy it. So you can't really just, like it was way back when, you go to the store, you buy something, you think it's hot because of the cover, and then you get burned. As a kid, we didn't have money to buy games like that. Games were expensive. So we had to make sure that game that we bought was going to be like at least something enjoyable. And honestly, outside of like licensed stuff, I was never really burned. Like some people bought like Shaq Fu. What was I think? Jordan Windy City. What else, man? Like that's the thing. I never bought like a bunch of like shitty games, because if I knew it was going to be shitty, I'd stay away from it. I'm trying to think like, let me look at my PS3 collection. I know there was probably a couple of duds I bought. Oh, Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z? That shit was trash. I only paid $5 for it. Because I was like, hey, why is this game on clearance? Didn't it just come out a few months ago? That shit was trash. Let me see. This is like some really bad movie tie-ins, like Thor God of Thunder. I don't own that, but Thor God of Thunder was bad. I'm trying to think what else. I'm just looking at like my PS3 collection right now. Yeah, I didn't really buy. I mean, I had some disappointing games, but never really anything that's straight trash. Lego Indiana Jones is by far the greatest game of all time. It's up there. Neo, what was the last Switch game you picked up? I picked up Bravely Default 2. Haven't played the previous ones. Last Switch game I bought was Hades. I actually bought that over the holiday season because it was on sale. And it just, what a fantastic game. What a fantastic game it is. Bravely Default 2 I do want to pick up, but it is a JRPG. And you guys know how I get with those games. They're time sinks. So I literally have to make sure that all the other games that I want to play are done before I finish it. And right now, I'm already playing a JRPG, that being Yakuza Like a Dragon. So I want to make sure I finish that before I dive into anything else. Which is good. Don't just buy games just because. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know you're not going to have time to play it, and it's not like a special edition, collector's item or something that's like going to be out of print, I would just say wait, because by the time you get to the game, it's going to be on sale, you know? Yes, Hades is amazing. And I didn't really think I would like a game like Hades because I don't really play games in that particular style, but just awesome. We got a $4.99 super chat coming in from Rain. Bought a Series X online last week, but it doesn't come until April 27th. This is about to be the hardest month. Oh my God, Rain. And you know, though, I don't want to, no pun intended. I don't want to rain on your parade, bro. But depending on which retailer you bought it from, I've heard some people say that their orders get canceled. I don't know if it's across the board at every retailer, but sometimes that shit happens. But Godspeed to you, bro. This is going to be a long ass month. Like at first I was thinking, yes, at least you got it. But my boy bought a PS5 and then they canceled his order like 2 days later. I was like, fam. It's tough out here, you guys. It's tough out here to get these consoles. What's your favorite moment from The Dark Knight? My favorite moment, hands down, has got to be the I have a lot of moments from The Dark Knight. So the Batman Joker interrogation scene, amazing. So freaking good. That's when I was just like, Heath Ledger. Yup. That was great. I love the final scene with Harvey Dent where he's like, you thought we could be decent men in an indecent world. That was awesome. Like, just in general, that movie was amazing, bro. I need to buy the 4K Blu-ray. Do you think the rumors of Hades going to Game Pass might be true? I want to try it out on my Switch, but I'm waiting for it on Game Pass. You know what the funny thing is? Apparently, it was supposed to be shown off at the Indie Games Spotlight thing they just had. But apparently someone said that was like an error, which is so weird. Like, how do you put that in a graphic? Like, hey, there's Hades here. And it's like, oh, wait, that was a mistake. What? You would say, like, look, these are a list of games that are going to be there. Let's post an image of Hades, you know? That's weird. That's weird. But we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it does end up on Game Pass, because I think that's a very solid get for the service. What do you think of Fullmetal Alchemist 03? Brotherhood. What do you think about them? I mean, I love both series. Obviously, I lean towards Brotherhood because it's closer to the manga, but I still do love FMA 03 because of the first half of it. Brotherhood, unfortunately, one of its biggest sins is that it just glosses over a lot of the stuff that happened in the beginning of Fullmetal Alchemist, because they assumed that everybody who's watching it, they were already fans of FMA 03. And while that was true, as more time passes and you recommend the show to people, they're just missing out on a lot of stuff that happens. So Brotherhood will always be my favorite because of the way it handled the characters and the story, but I'll always have a soft spot for FMA 03 for the arcs they had there. But then in the halfway point, FMA 03 got really weird. Like, really friggin' weird. Neo, should I get Monster Hunter Rise being a newcomer to the series? DC, that's always the toughest question to ask. Like, which Monster Hunter should I jump on? World, Generations, Ultimate, Rise. Honestly, you got to start with one. Rise, it seems like they're incorporating some aspects from World, but at the same time, they're making it geared more towards the Monster Hunter veterans, like classic Monster Hunter, because World plays differently. Because they did streamline a lot of things for new people. So I would say try it out if you like it, you know, like see some gameplay for it. Watch a lot of gameplay for it, because Monster Hunter is not one of those games where if you watch some gameplay, like, oh, that looks kind of cool. No. You have to understand the entire process of hunting and what that means. It's not just fighting all these giant creatures. Who do you think played the best Batman? So I go all over the place with this question, because the older I get, bar some really bad performances, I have a fondness in my heart for a lot of actors who play superhero characters. Like Spider-Man, I love all three of them. I love Tobey, I love Andrew, I love Tom. And while I have my issues with all of them in certain ways, and I have my preferences, like you guys know, I love Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, I still enjoy all of them. Batman, on the other hand, because we've had so many different ones from so many different eras, it's kind of strange. Like, to me personally, I think the best of both worlds you're going to get is going to be Christian Bale. I mean, yeah, his voice aside, you know what I'm saying, but he was in the best movies out of all the Batman movies we've gotten. Michael Keaton was pretty good as Batman, but you always have to add an asterisk to it. Like, those movies had Batman elements, but there was still a lot of stuff there you really scratched your head at, like, why is the Joker related to Batman? Why is he part of his origin story like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you really have to make the Joker the person that killed Batman's parents? You didn't have to do that. After that, Val Kilmer, I thought, could make a great Batman if he had a better script. George Clooney, let's just not. Ben Affleck. So here's the thing. I really like Ben Affleck as an actor. I think he's a tremendous actor. I love a lot of the work he's done. The writing in these movies for him is so fucking dumb. Like, he's the stupidest Batman we've ever had on screen. Like, this dude's supposed to be the world's greatest detective. I've been Batman for 20 fucking years. This man can't put two and two together. That Superman, maybe he's not the bad guy, or just basic ass detective work, bro. But at the same time, I think that he's the best on-screen interpretation of Batman, like, fighting and being Batman. Like, oh shit, that warehouse scene in BVS, like, say what you will about BVS as a movie, that warehouse scene where Batman was fighting is straight Arkham City vibes, bro. That stuff was amazing, like, seriously. But that being said, there's not much else about Bruce Wayne as portrayed by Ben Affleck where I go, yeah, Ben Affleck, because he hasn't gotten a lot of stuff to work with. If he got that solo movie, I think then we could have seen something special, but we didn't, and we never will, which sucks. But hey, we'll see. Christian Bale, to me, is just still the best. Oh, God. Tom Holland for the next Batman. Sativa or Indica? I'm more of a Sativa person, Stelly. I mean, Indica, to me, has its place, definitely for the sleepy time vibes, but I love Sativa. I love the brain high. I love just being cognizant of everything. And the funny thing is, like, when I'm high, I don't really do a lot of stuff like a lot of people do. A lot of people get creative and they just do shit as normal. Like me, when I'm high, I can't really be playing video games like that. I feel impaired. So I just watch a lot of movies and TV shows and I just get immersed in it. I'm playing Shining Resonance, great JRPG. I played the demo of that on the Switch a few years ago. It was decent. Have you given Retromania Wrestling Games a shot? Amazing throwback. No, haven't. Yeah. Exactly. That's my whole reason. Like, spoiler. Hughes' death and Nina, that stuff in Brotherhood, it just felt really glossed over. Whereas in 03, I wept. I still cry every time I go back and I see Hughes die. Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, ouch. I'm remembering back. I'm just remembering when Ed was on the train and then he just looks out the window and he sees Hughes at that station just waving. Bro. That fucked me up. Ugh. Anybody who's watched Fullmetal Alchemist knows what I'm talking about. Favorite PS2 game? Oh man, there's way too many to count. Wait, what? Favorite PS2 game? Kingdom Hearts 2, Devil May Cry 3. Well, yeah, Shrek 2. You had a shit ton of games on there, bro. Like what? SOCOM, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dax. There's way too many games on PS2. Final Fantasy 10. There's too much shit, man. Like, that's like, man, it's too much. Did you watch Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? No, I did not. Do you think we're going to be getting those Yakuza Samurai games? I would hope so. So I believe the head creative director of Yakuza, he actually wants to remaster Binary Domain and both the Yakuza games that we didn't get over here in the... Well, there were a couple games we didn't get over here in the States, but Yakuza Ishin was one of the games that he wanted to remaster and bring over. I would love for them to do that. I feel like it's about time. Everybody loves Yakuza, and if you just say that, hey, we have this Yakuza game where you play samurais, people will be like, oh, hell yeah, bring that over. But they say it's just because they think the games are too old and people won't like them. Bro, Yakuza 0 is technically a PS3 game. Like, let's be real about life. Anyone who plays Yakuza 0 Yes, they did do a prettier job on the PlayStation 4, but it's still a PS3 game. It's still made with that architecture in mind. So I think people will be okay with it. Binary Domain was something else. Neo, I thought you hated Final Fantasy X. Oh, no, I don't hate it. I mean, I didn't like the ending, but the gameplay was solid. You know, like there are aspects of it that I don't like, but the game itself is cool. If I've ever said like, oh, yo, I hate that shit, it's just me being facetious. You know what I'm saying? But it was a solid game, man. It was a solid game. Did you play Dark Cloud, Neo? Yes, I played Dark Cloud, but funny enough, I played the second one more than the first. Watching the first Final Fantasy Versus 13 trailer high as fuck was the craziest thing ever to me. Hey, yo, wow. That would actually make me depressed. That would take me out of my high, because I'm just like, I'm never going to get this game. I'm never going to get it. Have you ever let one of your friends borrow a game and they never gave it back? Yes, it's called Naruto The Broken Bond. I let one of my friends borrow it like 10 years ago, and I've never got it back. Nope. Did you like Final Fantasy 12? Yeah, you know, Lindsay, I was actually one of the few people that liked Final Fantasy 12 before it was cool. This is the funniest thing. So me and Jamil, who I do the NXP podcast with, occasionally he'll be on. There were rumors before Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age was announced. There were rumors that they were bringing it back. And me and Jamil were just like, yo, Final Fantasy 12, that was legit a decent game. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know, it wasn't the best, but it was cool. And then all of a sudden, when Final Fantasy 12 HD got announced, everybody and their grandma was like, yo, Final Fantasy 12 was a great game. I'm like, excuse me. No. Y'all was hating on this shit as early as last year. Stop with this shit. It's so weird. Like, Final Fantasy 12 was that game to me where it's like everybody hated it until it came out again and everybody suddenly loved it. I was like, what is going on? Yeah, I'm hyped for No More Heroes 3. Yeah, I miss those Ubisoft Naruto games, man. They low-key slapped. When they weren't, like, swapping out the voices every other minute like they did with the Rise of a Ninja. Yeah, Lindsay, everybody hated it. Everybody hated it. And that's where I'm just like, where's all this fake love coming from now? Listen, it's one thing if you're like, yo, I'm playing it for the first time. Cool. But then we got all these dudes out here saying that, you know, maybe we were too harsh. Or as Thanos, what did Thanos say? Perhaps I treated you too harshly. And I'm like, okay, of course. Of course. No. Born Gamer. I understand that. It did help the gameplay. But a lot of people's problems with the game wasn't just the gameplay. It was a whole bunch of other stuff. So when I saw these love letter posts from these people that hated it, it was just so fucking weird. Like, what the hell happened? Thoughts on Justice League? Honestly, I actually enjoyed myself, you guys. I mean, the 4 hours was a commitment. I will say that much. But all throughout the 4 hours, I was never offended like I was watching BVS. BVS was insulting my intelligence. Zack Snyder's Justice League, on the other hand, I enjoyed what I was watching. I thought a lot of the stuff was cool. I feel like, though, we could have shaved 2 hours off this movie if they just took the first 2 hours and made those into movies. Like, building up Aquaman, building up Cyborg, building up The Flash, all that stuff beforehand, so we didn't need the first 2 hours of exposition. That's what it is. 60% of the Snyder Cut is exposition. And it's not until you start getting into the new stuff in the final hour where you're like, yo. Like, the final hour is really where shit goes down. Hey, Tino, how you doing, man? I have thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts. Yeah, hopefully I can get the band back together and we can do the podcast talking about the Snyder Cut, because I wanted to do it last weekend, but I was sick as a dog. But now I'm feeling better, obviously, because I'm streaming. And yeah, we're going to talk. It's going to be me, Danny, Rob, and maybe Jamil if he's watched it. I'm not sure. But it'll definitely be the three of us just chopping it up like old times. Hey, Bryce, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Yeah, they had some wild voices in those Ubisoft Naruto games, man. They had some weird ass shit. They had like a well, I used to say as a kid when I played it, I was like, is this like some developer's nephew or something they brought in to play Konohamaru or something? It sounded so off, man. Are you going to play Nier Replicant? Yes, I am actually very excited for that. What are the chances of PlayStation All-Stars 2? I want that to happen. I feel like if they just get a competent developer, they can make a cool PlayStation fighting game. But they probably won't. What are your thoughts on the starter trio in Pokemon Legends? Personally, I would have preferred Totodile, Cyndaquil, Rowlet, all a bunch of other Pokemon. Also, thoughts on GK being delayed. Honestly, I don't... You see, the thing with Pokemon games is, you guys, I don't care. I really don't care about Pokemon games like that. There was a time where I did, but now it's just, I look at Pokemon games, I want to be excited, but it's just... Nothing about these games looks interesting. It's literally the curse of tempered expectations. Like, I can't look at a Pokemon game and think, oh my god, yes. Because it's never going to be as good as I want it to be. Because they don't put any effort into these fucking games. And while this Pokemon Legends game is the first time Game Freak has put effort in years, I just look at this and I'm like, Now I'm just looking at this shit looking choppy as hell. I don't know. It's like Pokemon, they do like one thing different and people get excited saying this could change everything. I don't know, you guys. Like, I want to be excited, but there's so many other games out there that deserve attention versus Game Freak doing the bare minimum. That's the way I look at it. You can call it very cynical. Like, I'm not saying you can't play Pokemon games. You have fun. Grown-ass people and spend your money, have fun. I just look at that and I'm thinking, nah, this shit, nah. We got a $5 super chat coming in from Abimbola. Remember when people were asking for the Sakaguchi cut of Final Fantasy 12? Yo, that was really funny. Yo, that period of time from when it first released, international version, up until now, it was a funny period, man. It was crazy. I love how people seem to care what Sakaguchi says about Final Fantasy games until he praises 9. Yeah, Sakaguchi, isn't 9 his favorite game, Danny? And 9... The thing about Final Fantasy 9 is, arguably, if you look at it from the PlayStation 1 games in that era, that is the one that is the closest to being a Final Fantasy game. In terms of, like, the old original aesthetic and style and substance. Like, that game was amazing. Like, 7 was cool. I enjoyed 7. I love 7. 8, it has a couple cool things. But 9 is just a nice return to form. Are you trying to see Mugen Train on release day? Watch Demon Slayer because of you. I love that show. That's awesome, Cole. And yeah, I'm actually going to be buying out a whole theater for that Demon Slayer movie, bro. When the second those tickets go live, I think it's like April 9th. Oh, I'm going to be there, man. Hopefully my theater in my city, they're going to be open up by then because Regal's opening April 2nd. Unfortunately, my theater is not on that list, but they said give it a few weeks and they'll be expanding. So I hope so, man. Great channel, bro. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. $5 super chat from New Alpha. So, Neo, anime channel coming soon. Yo, I mean, I've been watching a lot of anime recently, and I do want to talk about them. So I might do a second channel where I just talk about anime stuff. Because, yeah, I could do it on this channel, but there's just so much stuff happening already with gaming. So I might do another anime channel, or just another channel where I just talk about everything outside of gaming, you know? He said that 9 was what he felt the pinnacle of what he wanted to achieve with the series when he started. Oh, I believe that. I believe that, bro. Hey, welcome back, Daniel. Oh, stream's been going good, bro. We've been chilling, man. We've been chilling. We got a $4.99 super chat coming in from Daniel Pack. I'm going to head out now once again to make sure y'all like the stream. Oh, y'all heard Daniel Pack. He said if you're watching the stream right now, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out the channel tremendously. Daniel Pack, thank you once again, my friend. You enjoy the rest of your night, your morning, your afternoon, and I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Take care. Last great Final Fantasy game of the golden era was 9. Yes, it was. Of that era, absolutely. 10 was cool. Like, I liked 10, despite some things. But then after that, it just got really hit or miss. You know? Like, 10-2, I enjoyed because of the combat system. 12, I'll fight people over 12, but I understand why people don't like 12. 13, 13-2, 13-3. And then 15, the only positive thing I've heard people say about 15 is just the boy band. That's it. And mind you, those guys are great. Very emotional. Like their relationship is great. But everything else about the game was ass. Like who's your favorite turtle? I love Leonardo. He's cool. Oh, look at all these Final Fantasy 9 fans in the chat. Oh, you know what? Everybody who's a Final Fantasy 9 fan, just give yourself a round of applause. Clap it up. Pat yourself on the back. Not your shoulder, but your back. Yo, here's the thing I would want. I want Square Enix 10 years from now to remake Final Fantasy 15. Remake that game. Go back, fix the combat system, give us the entire story that you promised before you split it off into like a movie, an anime, fucking refrigerator ad, whatever. Give us that story. Give us everything that we were promised. And I'm telling you, that game might go down as one of the most ambitious of all time. And also finish Arden's story. God. Who's this young man on my screen? Fostings, you sounded like you 90, bro. Yeah, look at all these Final Fantasy 9 fans. That's what's up. Okay. I'm going to get to Daniel's question in a second, but J-Max says, what's up, Neo? You play wrestling games? I know the new ones suck, but what's your favorite wrestling game? Oh, I used to play a lot of wrestling games when I was a kid, bro. My all-time favorite wrestling game, I fucking love No Mercy, man. I love No Mercy. That was my shit. Rented it all the time from Blockbuster because my mom, she would never let me buy a wrestling game because she thought they were really violent. I don't know. Ethiopian parents, I guess. But I love No Mercy. I was really big into SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. I don't even know if that was like one of the better games in the series, but that was one I really gravitated towards because I played it on my PSP. And that was a lot of fun. 09 was cool too. And then after that, I kind of stopped playing wrestling games. You know, I think that's when the quality started to dip. And then now it's just, oh God, yeah. But, you know, I still have the memories, the fun times, man. Good times playing those games. Yeah, No Mercy was the shit. They got to remake that. Yeah, see? Yep. I'm telling you, 07 was great. All right, so Daniel Aguilar said, oh, take it easy, Dark Walker. Have a good one, brother. He says, everybody like the stream and subscribe to Neo or you're getting the boot. Oh, shit. Dark Walker is auditioning to be an enforcer. Oh, there we go. All right, so Daniel Aguilar said he's down bad for a girl he met volunteering at a school play. Got any advice? Honestly, bro, just talk to her. Just talk to her like a human being. Form a connection, a relationship with her, and go from there, you know? Realize that this is just one girl, and if she's interested in you, she will give you choosing signs, and you just go from there, bro. If not, keep it moving, man. It's nothing. I'm telling you, I get rejected by so many girls every day, not because of any particular reason, like physicality or whatever, but we just don't have connection or synergy, and that's fine because everybody is different. That's okay. And I do the same. I reject other women because I just don't feel connections or vibes with them. You know? Check out Retromania Wrestling. It came out 3 days ago, and that's coming from Faisal007 with the 199 super chat. Oh, I will actually really... You know what? I'm gonna check that out right now, actually. Hold up. Retromania Wrestling. Oh, it's got some pretty good reviews. Oh, it's out on everything right now. Oh, shit. Damn, okay. And you can vouch for this? Like, it's actually solid? Because it's $30, bro. I don't want to buy the game for $30 and be like, what the fuck is this? Because this is old school, man. That look nice, though. He's like, man, I said that earlier. You did say that, though. You did say that. Hold on. One second. 1 second, you guys. Oh, shit. This popping on Bumble right now. Hold up. I don't even know. All right. Okay. I'm back. Damn, bro. I'm nervous and awkward. Well, that's the thing, Daniel Aguilar. Every single person in these situations, they start out exactly the same way. Bro, up until, I want to say, 7 years ago, I was nervous as fuck talking to girls. Just not even, like, talking about, like, relationships, trying to date or whatever. Just talking in general. But you know what, man? You keep putting yourself out there, and then you learn from your mistakes. And that's how you grow, bro. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You could look at all these self-help guides. You can look at all these tips and tricks, but until you put yourself out there, you're not going to get any better. You're not going to get over the awkwardness. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. The worst thing, Danny, I know what you're about to say, bro, so hold the comment. The worst thing a girl can tell you is no. That's literally it. And if you can accept that and move on from it, you're good, bro. You're good. I love listening to these streams as a podcast. You rock, man. Oh, I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, I mean, man, I'm chilling. I'm a young guy. We chilling. We just chopping it up on a Thursday evening. You know what I'm saying? Just good vibes all around, you know? Oh, my Xbox is staring at me, though. It's staring at me on that menu, man. And I love this purple aesthetic I got going on, man. It's pretty dope. Originally, my Xbox was like all light blue, but I was like, nah, purple vibes. How many Halos have you played? I've played every single Halo game with the exception of Halo Wars 2. Yeah, that's the only one I haven't played. And eventually I will play it, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Ayo, since Naruto games have been a topic, can we talk about the improvements made in Uzumaki Chronicles 2 compared to the first one? Oh yeah, that's a night and day sequel, bro. That game had so many friggin' improvements. It was dope, man. And the story was decent too. It's good. So that wrestling game is solid. I might have to pick that shit up. Are you going to watch the ID Xbox showcase tomorrow? I think I might stream that shit. You guys want me to stream that shit? I might stream it. What time is it tomorrow? Thoughts about the PS3 and the PSP Vita stores closing down in July and August. More reason why emulation on PC is superior. Well, as of right now, that has not been confirmed yet, Michael Wells. But I'll humor it if it is confirmed. I mean, what else do you guys want me to say? It's just another example of why you should buy physical media, because the digital storefronts, they're not going to be around forever, and it's impossible for them to be around forever. So if you really love those games, just go out there and find physical copies, because they ain't gonna be around forever. And just with the way that PlayStation approached things way back when, for some people, you might not even be able to continue to download those games, which sucks. But it has not been confirmed yet, so I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's terrible and blah blah blah. But just don't be surprised, you guys, because Nintendo's been doing this, Sony's doing this, and there is gonna come a point where Xbox is gonna start doing this, you guys. It is what it is. It's just the nature of the beast. What we get in terms of convenience with digital distribution, we also sacrifice the longevity of it. And unless you're on PC, which is an open platform, you're still going to be at the console manufacturers. They're still going to run shit. So, yep. The purple reminds me of Hawkeye. It kind of does, you know? This definitely does give off Hawkeye vibes. You copping Halo Infinite? Of course I'm getting Halo Infinite. Bro, I feel like if that game slaps, if it slaps and it puts Halo back on the map, baby, it's going to be good. It's going to be good for gamers, bro. But if that shit sucks, oh no. If Halo Infinite comes out and that shit is a disaster, close down 343. I'm sorry. Halo 4, Halo 5, and now Halo 6. No. We can't do it. Halo Infinite is their last shot, bro. How much you pay for your TV? I paid a little under $1,000 for this X900H, and it's a solid TV, bro. I really love it. I kind of regret not getting the LG CX though, because that shit right there, that OLED screen. But I'll just get the next model when it comes out, and I'll be okay. I love watching this. Oh, I appreciate that, Rory. I have a cute friend and I like her a lot. Hope she feels the same soon. Well, Angel, you got to ask her out then. You got to at least ask her out, man. And as for anybody out there who's on the fence, be it a boy or a girl, if you're trying to ask somebody out, you just got to get out there and ask them, bro. You can't just sit there wondering what could be in your mind and coming up with all these fantasies of these imaginary situations that'll never happen because you're never going to talk to them. I remember from the last stream when you recommended me Nier Automata. I tried it and I love it. This is one of the few games that actually has me interested with a great story and gameplay. Alan, that is awesome, dude. Nier Automata it's one of the best games of all time. Not just the best games of last generation. It's one of the best games ever. And it's one of the few games that actually has me, like, when I first finished it, I wanted to go back and do a second playthrough because there's so many different, the story is so deep and there's so many different branching paths. It's awesome. So what's the reason for not trying to take games forward? Well, Sony's reason is they can't do it. They can't do it because they never made backwards compatibility a priority. And when you look at the PS3, it's just way too expensive for them to go back and do backwards compatibility like Microsoft. So with Microsoft, backwards compatibility, it's much easier for them with the Xbox 360 architecture, but it is still a hassle, right? And there is a lot of R&D work that has to go into, first off, bringing the games forward, in addition to tracking down developers and publishers, renegotiating contracts and licenses to put them on a digital storefront. And it comes to a point where it's like, is it even worth it? Which is why original Xbox backwards compatibility, like for the first Xbox console, there's only like 30, 40 games out of a library of what, a couple hundred? And with PlayStation, it just all those games on the cell architecture. And I mean, you just got to look at it like from a cost benefit analysis. Is it really going to be worth it that they can bring forward something like, I don't know, like Eat Lead, The Return of Mad Hazard? You get what I'm saying? Like, I would love it for game preservation's sake, but I can totally get why if PlayStation, let's say, I'm throwing out random numbers here. These don't mean anything. Let's say it costs them $50,000 to make Eat Lead, Return of Mad Hazard backwards compatible on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Right? Let's say the game is available for sale. Let's say only 5 people buy it and they get like $10 for each of those copies. $50 they got in revenue when it cost them $50,000 to bring the game forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that's exactly how much it cost, but that is something they have to consider. And that's why they stopped with the PS2 games. Because they only have like 20, 30, 40 PS2 games on PlayStation. And they stopped them because it's like, you niggas ain't buying it. That's what it comes down to. They stopped it. Because the thing is, while people enjoy backwards compatibility, not a lot of people use it on a basis of, yo, I want this game right now. It's one of those things that you just appreciate with time. And I'll be honest, like, I am one of those people. If I get like feelings about playing old games every now and then, but most of the time I'm just playing new shit, you know, or stuff that came out within like the last couple of years. Personal question. Oh, actually, wait, we have a super chat coming in. $5 from Tech and Jin. Just wanted to send some love, and hey, it's so crazy to see you grinding on YouTube, my brother. Much love. Oh, thank you, Tech and Jin, and thank you for your support throughout all the years, man. We go way fucking back, bro. Like at least a decade at this point, man, if not even longer. So while I appreciate your love for me, man, it just goes right back, man. Seriously, like it's just so dope that I see people here who I've known for fucking years, man. Like back when I was in high school and shit. And oh man, like some people I know, they're married, they got kids. I ain't getting married. I ain't having no kids anytime soon. But it's a beautiful feeling, this thing called life, man. So thank you, Tekken Chin. Thank you, bro. Okay. So Justin Plays is a personal question. What do you do when your best friend is not hitting you up as much? I know he's been busy, but man, it's been a couple of months time span and we haven't been communicating. So here's the thing, Justin Plays. I don't necessarily know the situation that's going on between you and your friend. But I have a couple of people here in the chat who I really fuck with, and I talk on a consistent basis. There's periods and times where we don't communicate as much. Sometimes we only chat once a week or so. But every now and then we do reach out to one another to see how we're doing because we are friends. So you have to see exactly what's going on with him, because friendship is a two-way street at the end of the day. And you can't be the only person continuously hitting him up constantly. On some level, they've got to be like, okay, I got to do a better job at keeping in contact with people. At least the ones that you really, really fuck with. Like my best friend, I don't talk to them every single day like I used to, but we chat at least like once a week. You know what I'm saying? It could be something so simple. And with social media, it's easy to keep tabs on people. So long as you see them like posting something and they're okay and they're not giving off warning signs, you're like, all right, they're cool. But yeah, bro, it's part being an adult, and all of us just, we have a lot of stuff going on, whether it be school, work, family, kids, responsibilities. But a couple of months not talking, it's a little, it's a little much. So maybe I would say talk to your friend and see what it is, man. Cause I can understand a couple of weeks, but a couple of months, that has me worried. You know what I'm saying? Especially your best friend. If this was just a friend, I can understand, but a best friend? All right. Seeing your recent tweets about Yu-Gi-Oh! Great to see the love for 5Ds. Yeah, 5Ds was an interesting series because I watched it way back when, but I'm gaining a newfound appreciation for it as an adult, and just the story in that show is bananas, bro. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is crazy. We know that. We don't understand that. But the story in 5Ds just takes it to a different level because it's actually a really serious story, and it's dealing with classism and all types of crazy stuff. Like, this was the first 4Kids dub I watched, and I could totally buy it. Like, it seems believable. Like, they actually tried. Now, they still censored it to hell and back, but it's interesting. It's very interesting. Halo Infinite will be a massive first-party game, even bigger than any other Sony exclusive, hands down. Well, that's the thing, Elite X. I want to believe you, bro, but look at what Halo 5 did and Halo 4 did, and then you compare that to what Horizon did and what Ghost of Tsushima did and Last of Us and all the Sony games that have not even been around as long as Halo. So I want Halo Infinite to do amazing, and it needs to do amazing, but we got to stop acting like Halo is still this juggernaut behemoth that it used to be back with Halo 3, because it's not. It isn't, and that's because of 343's management of the franchise. And again, people don't like me saying that, but that's true. That's true. Like, bro, what did Halo 5 sell compared to all the other games that came out? New IPs that came out that outsold Halo 5. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, there shouldn't be new PlayStation IPs, single player games coming out that are doubling, tripling Halo sales. Like, that's not supposed to happen. Your girlfriend dumped you because of your legs collection? What TV do you have? Oh, so this is the Sony X900H. It's a very solid TV, very good TV. It has a lot of the features you'd want for like the next gen consoles. But if you are gonna buy a TV, get that LG CX. Get that LG CX, man. I know it's a little pricey, but it's well worth it, man. It is well worth it. Halo Infinite will be, without a doubt, the biggest game of 2021 and probably game of the year. Well, it's probably going to be the biggest game of 2021 because there's not really a lot of games coming out this year. So by default, yes. Probably be game of the year. We'll have to see, man, because people said Halo 5 would be game of the year, and like, come on. We'll see. How's your day going? Just got off work and chilling. Hope all is well. What's up, Julian Harris? Hope you're doing well, bro. Yeah, we chill, man. We doing this stream, vibing, catching up with the homies. Good times, good times. Hey, Neo, I found your channel because of your Xbox video that blew up, and I'm glad I did. I just wanted to ask, did you think Xbox was just bad all around before you tried it? No, not really, Carlos, because I've had Xbox consoles in the past. The 360 was my preferred platform that generation. Like, all my multi-platform games, for the most part, I played on the 360. Now, obviously, towards the end of the generation, I gravitated towards the PS3 because its exclusive library was out of control. But I loved the 360. I thought it was a better machine when it wasn't breaking every 5 seconds. Literally, if the 360 didn't have Red Ring of Death, like, holy shit. But I think in terms of a console and what it was doing, it smoked the PS3. Like, the PS3 didn't even have, you couldn't even party chat with your friends on PS3. It took like 40 minutes to load a message on PS3. You know, whereas Xbox had so much shit that PlayStation didn't. But when you got to the Xbox One, yeah, it was a rough couple of years. And then PlayStation's like, all right, let's just see what they did and let's not fuck it up. And that's why the PS4 is a success. The PS4 is a success is because it was essentially a 360 that didn't break. That was it. And then Xbox started doing some weird shit. But now things are better and both companies are in healthy positions. And I'm excited for the future, which is why I have both of them. Which is something I can't say about last generation. Because up until last year, I had no desire to get an Xbox One. Because Microsoft wasn't really giving me anything to get excited about an Xbox. They had a couple of cool games, but it's just not like, yo, gotta buy an Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a 360. Yo, in the 360 days, we had Gears of War, we had Mass Effect, we had every multi-plat game running better. Like we had so much shit. When Microsoft was competitive, they were cutthroat, man. They were like, nah, we scooping up this exclusivity for 2 years. Like they had that shit on lock from 05 to 2010. They was running shit, bro. They was running shit on the 360, bro. It was not even a question, man. They had everything. What gaming monitor do you recommend for the Series X? So I'm not really a techie, so I can't really recommend what gaming monitor is best. I mean, I have this Acer monitor I bought a few weeks ago. It's 1440p, 165 hertz. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And when I hook it up to my Series X, it's awesome. But I don't know if there are better monitors for the price versus what I paid for it. So I'm not the best person to ask, Elitist Savage. Atlanta, what's going on, bro? How you doing? Nah, you good, man. You good. You a very studious child. You a very studious child. I be seeing you grinding on that schoolwork, bro. Hey, Neo, what do you miss the most about the 1990s? Honestly, the most I miss, I mean, outside of like, we can always say I miss cartoons or I miss this thing or I miss that. But what I think I miss the most about the 90s is I just love how many new experiences were born in that era. You know, I'm a big fan of JRPGs. You guys know that. And what we saw from Square in the 90s was just unprecedented. The games, the output that we saw there, the creativity in so many different genres of JRPGs and just in general, different types of games too that were born in the 90s. I love how it was the genesis for a lot of things back then. So I think that's what I miss the most about it. Outside of like the weird shit of the 90s, like 3D Doritos and extreme this, extreme that. You guys know. Boy bands. He misses boy bands. You see, I wasn't going to say that, but Danny got it for me. You know, I just do miss the boy bands. Bye. Danny, you ain't going to act like you weren't bumping NSYNC all the time, bro. We know you. Nah, but Backstreet Boys did slap. Okay, here's something else I miss a lot about the 90s. The amount of quality black TV shows does not compare. Does not compare to the shit we have today. We have shit today. Back in the 90s, whew, unprecedented. No, Backstreet Boys was fire. No, they were, bro. Yo, Danny, The Call. You remember The Call? That is a song about this guy cheating on his girlfriend. That's terrible, bro. Yeah, Acer and BenQ are great monitors. Yep. Is the response time on your TV good? Yeah, it's really good, Brian. It really is. It's like really low latency. I don't notice it. But if I'm being honest, if you really care about latency being ridiculously low, you have to game on a monitor. Yeah, the 90s were a crazy time. They were. No, we had so many TV shows, man. back then, it was just like black people doing black people stuff. That was it. Now we got to make it be known that, hey, this is the black people show. This is a black people show. It's not the same. Like back then, I didn't have to question that Fresh Prince was a black person show. I didn't have to question this. I didn't have to question that. Now we have shit like Blackish and, ugh, God. I miss when people weren't offended by everything. Yeah, that was interesting. But I mean, to be fair, fear no hate, on some level, there are some things that were acceptable back then that should not have ever been acceptable. So I can, to an extent, I can understand people being outraged now. To an extent, with certain things. But as a whole, people trying to cancel like Paw Patrol and shit, I was like, all right, we've gone too fucking far. Like, where's we went too far. Do you think that the newer games Microsoft announced from the showcase can be on the level of PlayStation's? I don't doubt it. Here's the thing. Xbox has just got to, first off, give those studios time to craft. And at the same time, they got to vet the projects they're working on. So I'm not saying they have to micromanage everything, but listen, if State of Decay 3 comes out and it's just like State of Decay 1 and 2, nah, they got to like know when to pull the plug on something, when to get new leadership. Like there was a quality control problem last generation. So I think they have the potential if they let, like, Obsidian, the only thing Obsidian needs is a budget. That's what they need, because they're great at what they do. The quality of stuff they put out, amazing. Like the Outer Worlds, for all intents, it was a lower budget game compared to most. You know, it's not as big in scale and scope compared to like their previous like last big open world game, which was Fallout New Vegas. But it's still really fucking good, man. Yo, I remember there was this one group called B5. And you guys remember B5? I know some of y'all remember B5. B5, that group. I remember there was like 5 brothers. I don't even know if they were all brothers, but they was black. And then them niggas had, I think, like one hit, and then they just disappeared. Cancel Paw Patrol. Yeah, they was trying to cancel Paw Patrol. Cancel everything, bro. Like there's that image floating around of all the things that have been canceled. It's like Paw Patrol, Gina Carano, a bunch of crazy shit. It was wild. Oh, $2 super chat coming in from Tekken Jim. Second super chat, I did not like Black as Fuck. Opinions? Bro, I don't even like any of these black shows right now. I look at who's the target demographic for them. And the only things I see are the clips that people post roasting them. And it's just so fucking like, it's so bad. Like, oh, God. I don't know, man. Something just lost. We have a $2 super chat coming in from JCFYE. Oh, I remember FYE, man. I remember that place. Remaster editions of the 00 series to Xbox. #rare. Please. I mean, there was that, the 007 remake they were doing for the 360. I think they put that out. Well, it got onto the internet and people were able to play it. But yeah, I would love if they actually went back and did a remake of GoldenEye. That'd be cool. Honestly, a lot of the James Bond games slapped, y'all. Like some of the ones on the PS2. I remember I really liked the Quantum of Solace game was a pretty decent movie tie-in, man. It was like part Casino Royale, part Quantum of Solace. So that was interesting. Why would Obsidian scare you, bro? If anything, Obsidian is the one that I don't got to worry about because they're just quality, you know? Obsidian and Bethesda combine. Yeah, but I think Bethesda is just going to run business as usual. So while they are going to be owned by Xbox, I wouldn't be surprised if they just publish their games under Bethesda. It just doesn't say Xbox Game Studios, you know? Whatever happened to the Boondocks reboot? It's delayed until next year. And honestly, I know people are excited because the creator's back on board, but the stuff going on with Granddad, I don't like. Like, how do you not even consider his own son if you're talking about an actor that can replace John Witherspoon? Like, how do you not consider that? Like, if there's anyone out there who knows John Witherspoon, I think it would be his son. But they're like, no, we're not going to do that. Which I think is so dumb, you know? Because you know what people... After the creator left Boondocks, Niggas wasn't fucking with that season at all. And you would think that, yeah, we're bringing it back and we're just going to do this fuck shit and not even give him a chance to audition. Like, what? They did him so fucking dirty. Neo, I've been subscribed since 2009 when we were both kids. You have never changed and has always kept it real. God bless. Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you for the support, Soto. Seriously. 2009, bro. That's 12 years ago, bro. This is insane. I mean, it doesn't bother me at this point because it's been so long, but fucking 12 years, you guys? 12 years from now is going to be like 2033. What? Holy shit. Does he sound like him? Yeah. D Money, go on YouTube, type in JD Witherspoon, like granddad impression. Basically, you're gonna get a clip of them, I think, on the Joe Rogan show, and he does, bro, it's so fucking close. It's so close to his father. It's crazy. He got everything down from like the cadence. It's, oh god, it's so good. Do you believe Microsoft will be the market leader in a couple of years? I don't think 3 years, but I'll say this much. If all the games they got coming out are bangers, yo, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with because they have a lot more studios than PlayStation, and the output of those studios, some of those studios are working on multiple projects at the same time. And if they're all quality, I don't think they'll be a market leader because we'll see what happens. But I think it's going to be very compelling. It's going to be a very compelling place for people to buy games on. A lot more people might be more inclined to buy an Xbox. But yeah, this whole market leader thing, we'll see what happens. Every generation is always a toss-up. We'll see what happens. Like the 360 was the market leader for a while. If we're talking about PlayStation and Xbox, because, Nintendo Wii, the casuals bought it like crazy. But if we're talking about history-wise, PlayStation has always been the dominant force. PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. And even with the PS3, where they shot themselves in the foot, they still ended up outselling the 360 in the end. So, I don't know. PlayStation is just, it has such a, like, there's a reason why, because PlayStation is sold in more countries around the world than Xbox is. PlayStation is a brand. It's an identity. And when you have such, like, powerful staying power, it's just, I don't know if in 3-4 years Microsoft can really outdo that unless they get extremely aggressive. But right now with the pandemic happening, I don't know how aggressive either of these companies can be, but we'll see. Obsidian worries me because a lot of devs who have left have said it's not the same company. Management rides them hard and makes them pull double duty, yet they don't pull the weight themselves, etc. Okay, I understand that, Danny, but let's also be real about life for a second. Every company has that problem. Naughty Dog in particular, we've heard horror stories, and those horror stories have been confirmed. So I see where you're coming from. And that could be a conversation talking about crunch and management in the industry. But every single studio, they all have problems. And we don't know they have problems until it comes out. Like, yes, Naughty Dog produces fantastic, incredible quality games. But look at the turnover rate at Naughty Dog. It's pretty high, So I'll just have to see what happens. If their next game comes out and it's really bad, then we'll be like, okay, there's a problem here. You were a small kid, and I think I was in college at the time. Yeah, I was a literal fetus when I got on YouTube, Tekken Gen. Yeah. I've always wanted to get into the Pillars of Eternity games. It's just like one of those series that's on my bucket list, Carlos. And I just, there's like some things you want to play and you just don't have. It's not that you don't have the time. It's just that there's too many games to play. Like, guys, what's one series out there that y'all, you want to play them so bad? Like, you have the opportunity, you have the platform, you have the time, but you just don't for whatever reason. Like, for me, Pillars of Eternity is one of them. Out of curiosity, do you watch or read One Piece? Yes and no. So, I've watched a big chunk of the One Piece anime. I've watched a couple hundred episodes. I think I stopped at like 600 something. I've read a lot of the manga too. I actually did a big binge 2 years ago where I got pretty caught up. At the time, I forgot what chapter was there, but I think I stopped around like 600 something. So I read a lot of it, but I'm not caught up obviously to what's happening today. But I really enjoy One Piece. One Piece, in my opinion, is the most consistent long-running anime that has ever been out there, especially if you're talking shonen. Now, you kind of have to qualify that statement because then you have something like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which has been going on for a very long time. But JoJo is kind of different. Me and my brother were talking about this. It's more anthology, so every single part is different, and you can approach it differently versus using the same characters every single time like you are with One Piece or any other long-running series. But One Piece is amazing. The quality is just so good. Oda is a fantastic writer, and what I love about Oda is that, I mean, this is common sense, anyone who watches One Piece, but Oda is the type to be like, okay, I'm going to make the world, and I'm going to put all these seeds everywhere, and I might not do anything with it right now, but I'll come back to it at some point. And then when Oda comes back to stuff, he comes back to stuff, bro. He's just incredible writer, incredible. Picking up a Switch next week. Any games you recommend? Oh my God. Okay, anything that looks interesting to you on the eShop, right? There's so many games on the Switch. Some of my personal favorites: The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, duh. Luigi's Mansion 3, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Astral Chain. Like, most of the first party Nintendo stuff is great. Some are not so great, like the Kirby games, the sports games. They're very underwhelming, which is my biggest problem with Nintendo. It's like, some games are really awesome, and then what the fuck? That's how it is. But when they hit, they hit. Hades is a fantastic game on the Switch. There's so much. Like, a lot of ports from like the 360 and the PS3 era are on there. There's a lot of stuff, man. Axiom Verge is great. Azure Striker Gunvolt, if you love like Mega Man games, that's a fantastic series. What other games I got on there? Well, Dragon Quest 11, if you don't have any other platforms available. Ys is pretty good. They have a couple of games on there, some classic Ys. They have the modern ones too. Yes, we stand East, Danny. We stand East. Uh-oh, Fosting's time somebody out. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Mario Odyssey is cool. But honestly, Mario Odyssey is great, but it's not my favorite 3D Mario game. Like, it's dope. Great music, a lot of cool stuff about it, but something about that is like off-putting. And why hasn't my Xbox gone to sleep yet? Very strange. I might have turned off the feature. Who knows? I'm going to have to clip that. Yeah, you're going to have to clip that. Like, come back to this part later, yeah. Oh, he was talking gross, Fostings? Hey, Fostings, I ain't questioning you, Fostings. You're a mod. You do what you do, brother. You do what you do. I'm the one who catches the flag later. It's okay. Have you played Legend of Heroes games? Okay, so here's the thing. I started, and I just have to put this on a wall or something. I started playing Trails of Cold Steel last summer during quarantine. I got about like 40 hours in, 30 hours in, around there. Really dope. But then a lot of people were saying, yo, if you want the full experience, you got to play all the other games. So I was like, okay, let me go on PC and I'm going to try out those games. So I started playing Trails in the Sky, got a couple hours into that, and I got distracted with a whole bunch of other stuff with the channel, so I never got a chance to go back to it. But yeah, that's another series that's on my bucket list of completion, playing through all those games. It's an undertaking. It's definitely going to take me a good 1,000 hours or something because there's so many games. But everyone says the payoff is so worth it, so I can't wait. Are you going to pay for Game Pass Lite? What are they doing? Are they doing a cheaper version of Game Pass or some shit? I don't know what that is. Sly Cooper was dope. Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. PlayStation really just dropped 3 iconic platformers in the same generation. That's amazing. And it sucks that only Ratchet is the one who made it out. Man, I would kill for another Sly Cooper game, man. Oh, we have a $5 super chat coming in from HoloLive Noble Knight. Appreciate the support, but there's no question. Oh, no. But I appreciate the support. Oof. My God. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, right? I got a text message real quick. Okay. Thoughts on the right to repair movement. I've been hearing about that, Danny. I haven't done all the research on it, so I'm not in a position to really give a thorough opinion on it, so I can't really say for sure. Can you give me like the Cliff Notes version of it, and I can come up to some idea, maybe? If you find out your girlfriend was a tranny or transsexual, would you still be with her? Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest, and yeah, this might get me canceled, but when it comes to something like that, I feel like you should be honest to your significant other beforehand, because that is a pretty big deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? No hate whatsoever, but I feel like it's one of those things where you at least have to let them know, and then they could come to their own assertion. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, though. Everybody's different. Oh man, that Jack and bro, they've been talking about doing another Jack and Daxter game for the longest time. I just I would love, like, yo, let you know what? Let Insomniac work on that shit. I don't care, bro. They're capable. They can do everything. Insomniac literally gave us Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, Resistance. Like, they fucking do anything, bro. Just give it to Insomniac. Okay, they believe that when you buy a device, it's your property, so you should be able to self-repair or modify it if you see fit, and companies should not be able to. Okay, so you have the second part coming. Okay. Yeah, postings. Yeah, that's a private conversation that should be had with like the two individual parties. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, he asked it in the public circle, so I'm just giving my thoughts on it. You know? Yeah, they do an amazing. Insomniac is just very consistent. They're just very consistent. Oh, what I would give for another Sunset Overdrive. Have you played The Legend of Legaia? I've played it before. Or as BG calls it, Legend of Legaia. Shout out to BG. Make the products or devices unrepairable, force you to go to them for said repairs, or make your device with planned obsolescence in mind. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, see, that's the thing, and this is always where we run into some issues. Like, when people want to claim ownership of something that you had already purchased, and they're like, oh no, if you do this, you can't do that. Like, what the fuck's the point? Like, if I bought something, I don't care. I have the right to do whatever the fuck I want with it, provided I am not trying to take that product and like distribute it for free in the sense of like copyright law. Like, if I buy, let's say, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, right? Let's say I bought this game. I have purchased a physical license for this game. That does not give me the right to rip the game, put it up on the internet for free for emulation purposes. Now, when you get into the topic of preservation, there is going to come a point where if they're not selling this anymore, you get into that moral gray area where it's kind of like, okay, well, this game is not available to purchase anywhere at all. It's not on a storefront. So the only way anyone could ever experience this game is if I rip it and put it up on an emulator. So that's when you get into a moral gray area, which I think it's an interesting conversation to have, especially nowadays when we're talking about game preservation. But other than that, like, if I bought this iPhone, right? If I bought this iPhone 12 Pro Max, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do with this. So if I want to go ahead and tinker it and do whatever, provided it's not like me trying to show other people how to do something so they can make monetary value on something, I think it's okay. So if any of these companies ever wants to get into somebody's like pockets, like, oh no, you can't do this. If you ever want to fix it, you have to let us do it. Like, fuck out of here with that shit. I hate when like people try to do that, you know, like Nintendo's that type of company, you know. Nintendo will be the type of company to let's say they come out for a product and there's a defect for whatever reason, and then a fan fixes it and they're like, no, we're going to shut down this project. Like, the fuck? Yeah, 13 Sentinels is a really good game. I'm a couple hours into it, so I can't really say too much, but it's good. Like, the narrative is very, very strong. I'm not really a fan of the like that tower defense gameplay thing they got going on. I mean, it's aight, but it's not like I'm more concerned with the narrative of the story. The narrative is great. Oh, we have a $1.99 super chat coming in from James Lewis. Thank you, James. What studios do you think PlayStation should acquire? So here's the thing about PlayStation acquiring studios. PlayStation, they don't really need to, because with them, first off, their brand is already so big as is. So them acquiring studios has to make sense. The last major acquisition they had was Insomniac, and they actually got a steal with Insomniac, especially with all the talent there. So PlayStation, they only really buy studios that really make sense logistically with their ecosystem. They don't just buy stuff for the sake of like, oh, hey, let's buy this up and coming developer. Like, they're not going to do that. Like, if PlayStation were to buy a studio, I would say they should buy Bluepoint, because Bluepoint Games, they're the best people in the market when it comes to doing remakes, and they've been doing a lot of stuff for PlayStation with remakes. So it kind of makes sense. It's a synergistic relationship. Another studio I think PlayStation would really benefit from having is Remedy. I think Remedy would make a great acquisition, but Remedy just got their they were independent. But they're now seeing the fruits of their labor with Control, and the future, like, it's bright for them. You know, they have more games in development. They're working with Epic. So I don't really know if they want to be acquired just yet, but hey, you never know. You know what I'm saying? If PlayStation or if Xbox came knocking, they might sell. But yeah, I don't like, there's some things I would love PlayStation to buy but that would only be to like fulfill my fantasies. Like, I would love for them to buy Konami so they can work on a Metal Gear game, so they can work on Silent Hill. I would love for them to buy Capcom so they could work on fucking Dino Crisis, but that's just me wanting those dormant, lingering IPs. But yeah, PlayStation, they don't really need to do that because their studios are already so strong as is. Maybe if they wanted to get like a multiplayer game, they could buy a studio that's been doing stuff like that, because PlayStation doesn't really have any major multiplayer games out. I mean, they really haven't. Last generation, they didn't. So I think maybe a multiplayer studio or someone who's interested in doing stuff like that. But then again, if you're looking at like multiplayer games, the biggest multiplayer games out right now are all multiplayer. They're on everything. So I don't know what making an exclusive multiplayer game that isn't something like Factions Last of Us, I don't know what would it do for them, you know? With Xbox is different because they didn't really have a lot of studios, period. So them acquiring stuff was to bolster their exclusive lineup. And in general, some of the acquisitions that Xbox has made are really intriguing. Like, when they bought Ninja Theory, at first I was kind of skeptical. I was like, why would they buy Ninja Theory? Why would Ninja Theory sell? Like, what's going on here? And then I started thinking long term. Oh, that makes sense, because Ninja Theory, you know, they've always had contract work with other companies. You know, their last game that they put out, DMC Devil May Cry, didn't exactly light the world on fire. And with Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, when I tell you they had to pinch and scrape every single penny in the barrel to make that game happen, it was crazy. So the fact that game was such a success, and now that Microsoft had acquired them, they don't really have to worry about having like financial backing, which I know is very good for Ninja Theory. But yeah, I don't really think Xbox needs to acquire any other studios right now. The next acquisition they make needs to make sense. So I know everyone's saying buy Sega because of all this and blah, blah, blah. They don't need to do that at this moment. They have a lot of stuff. Like, they have a lot of games. It's just like, I don't know. People are always like, buy this studio, buy that studio. Like, Nintendo doesn't buy studios all the time. Like, they just bought Next Level Games. You know, I think they're a Canadian developer. They did Luigi's Mansion. And that just made sense because, you know, Luigi's Mansion 3 was a great game. Hey, you know what? Let's acquire the studio. They've been working with us for so many years. And before that, I believe they bought, what's this studio called? Oh, Monolith, who does the Xenoblade games. That made sense too, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. People just always want Xbox to buy stuff just to make it exclusive. But for me, it's like, I want Xbox to buy it so they can, it's got to make sense. Like, why are we buying this? What kind of hole are we filling? Or what can we do with giving them funding to make better games? Like, people want them to buy WB Games. Why? Like why? Like what about WB Games other than saying, yo, these games might be exclusive? You get what I mean? At least with Bethesda, you have so many different genres available. You bought a whole publisher. I'm like, okay, I can see that. But WB Games, yeah, it's a publisher, but why? Like, why? Like, what about WB Games? If you got, like, what about it other than saying we're gonna make Middle Earth exclusive? Like, I don't know. Damn, Watch Dogs 3 is free for the weekend? Oh shit. I did not even know that. That game dropped down quick. That's why I say, guys, don't be buying no Ubisoft games day one, you guys, because them shits go down in price quick. But yo, y'all, I'm just gonna be honest, guys. It's getting pretty late over here. It's about to be 10:30, and your boy, first off, needs to make himself some dinner, and then I gotta go back and play some Yakuza greatness. But you guys, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for another amazing stream. You know, it's never a dull moment with you guys. I always appreciate rocking with y'all on this random Thursday evening. Yeah, I know I gotta go post things. We gotta go, but we had a lot of fun as always. We were going for, how long was this stream been going for? I have no idea. This stream has been going on for almost 2.5 hours, and we've had like a nice consecutive 100+ viewers. That's very good retention. Appreciate you guys coming through the stream. Thank you guys so much for the super chat support. It means the world to me. But more than that, you guys, y'all just coming through, us hanging out, y'all leaving a like on the video, y'all just talk about your day, asking some questions. I love that shit more than anything, you guys. So y'all have a great weekend. Y'all have a great afternoon, morning, evening, whatever part of the world you guys are at. I'm going to catch y'all in a video sometime this weekend. In addition to, if we can get the schedules right with Danny and Rob, we're going to be coming up and doing a review for the Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Which, speaking of which, I probably have to do a second watch before I get down to doing that stream. Oh, we have a last minute super chat coming in from Shadow Wolf 712. Danny says, read Spider-Man. I know, I have to. I might do that now because I just don't want to talk. So I need to do something that's the opposite of talking, which is reading. But yeah, you guys, stay safe, be excellent to one another, listen to each other, be there for each other. Anything that Keanu Reeves has said before in the past, you're amazing, you're breathtaking. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Take care, guys. Have a good night.